All right, we're up.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to what is this, our second TTRPG stream on our new channel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, welcome. We're doing a little bit of a spooky one shot today in honor of the upcoming holiday. We're playing some Vaesen. And yeah, this is our new Twitch channel. We are combining together away from Of Dice and Dames and Wholesome Dad Gamer to all be part of Level 1 Geek. So we've got all Level 1 Geeks here today. I don't know. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves individually? Should we go over characters? Want me to just cover it? What do you guys think?
Let's have everyone introduce themselves individually, just in case they have another thing they want to plug.
That sounds good. And then we can talk about our characters too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll start. Hi guys, I'm Chase.
Oh, you guys are in the wrong spots, but I'll fix that.
Wait, am I not Tori?
You're not Tori. Yeah.
I'm not Chase.
It's really shocking.
Now I'm confused. You've made me question my own existence. No, I'm Chase, everybody. I am currently on the internet as Wholesome Dad Gamer, but we're kind of in the middle of transitioning over. It'll be official on November 8th, but we got our new Twitch channel going, so I'm Chase with Level 1 Geek now.
Well, this is trippy.
And I'm going to be playing Octavian York, who is an occultist. And I haven't played this game before.
This is honestly
I'm just gonna talk through the shuffle.
Great.
It's great.
It's so close.
This is all just occultist tricks. Don't worry about it.
Yes!
Did it!
Nice. We all are now ourselves.
Holy.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. So Octavian York, the occultist. I don't know a lot about this game yet. It's my first time playing it. That's me.
I can go next.
Oh, go ahead, Tori.
Sorry, Emma, I cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I'm Tori. I'll be playing. Wait, did you talk about your character very much? You just said.
I said his name and what he was.
Okay. I will be playing Klaus. What's my last name? Klaus Forsmark. He's an officer, a former military officer. And then I'm Tori, as I said, and I started Level 1 Geek, and now I'm teamed up with all these awesome folks. Yay!
Woo-hoo.
Welcome to the channel.
She converted us to her geekery. Can we say that? Geekery?
Geekery?
Yeah, yeah.
I have no complaints
To
about
the
it.
Church of the Geek?
I prefer geekery.
All right, that's better.
Let's go with geekery.
Katie, will you take words away from me, please?
Yes, I will. I am Katie. I am M's overseer, clearly. No. I am going to be playing Astra, who has no last name because she is Octavian's servant. And yeah, that's me.
Cool. That leaves just me, so I'm going to speak more words again.
Oh no, you have the words back.
I know. It's really dangerous.
Wait, you're the DM. You have so many
I have
words.
so many words. I have a notebook full of words here.
Yikes.
My name is Emily. Sometimes you'll see me around on the internet as Anthrama, but I guest in a lot of shows, kind of all over the internet. So right now I am GMing a game called Luminaries of the Spindleverse over on PG's channel. So if you ever want to check that out, you can follow me on Twitter, and I'll post links to all the places that I'm playing. But tonight I'm playing here. So let's go ahead and play some Vaesen. A little bit about this system. Vaesen is an amazing game by Free League Publishing. I seriously recommend going and checking them out. They are a game, I believe, based in Sweden, this company is. And they make a lot of really incredible games. So I'm really excited to be able to play this one. I've never GM'd this game before. I've played it twice. So obviously I can just pick up the reins and GM it. So just maybe bear with our fumblings as we learn this game together. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and play some spooky games. You all know each other. You are all part of a society that deals with these Vaesen, these things that are hidden around the world. Generally, other people can't see these. However, you have all had some sort of traumatic experience that allows you to not only see but interact with these Vaesen. Vaesen used to be just creatures that existed alongside humans, but as the Industrial Revolution started coming through, people started forgetting about the little things they used to do, avoiding certain paths, leaving gifts for creatures that people haven't seen in a while, and their attentions were drawn elsewhere. This angered the creatures that were forgotten, and you are all at the forefront of protecting humankind from the angers, or even just solving the problems that have arisen. You're at your society now. It's ridiculously early in the morning, probably about 5 in the morning. And Katie, why don't you tell us what Astra is doing? Is she even awake right now?
Yeah, she'd be awake. What's our home base like? Just a standard thing?
Think the Men of Letters from
Okay,
Supernatural. Yeah.
All right.
This is nice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So she's up. She's down in the kitchen, shuffling about. She's making very, very strong caffeinated tea, in preparation for other people to be up, and she's making just like a light breakfast. She's got jet black hair, but she's got some silver streaks in it, which is super unusual considering she's only about 22. And she's little, and her shoulders are always kind of hunched over, and she's always just kind of looking around with caution as she does everything. Kind of like maybe she is always seeing something over her shoulder or expecting something. But that's what she's currently doing, is making breakfast.
Tori, what does Klaus look like? And is Klaus awake at this time?
Klaus is awake. Klaus hasn't slept well since before his time in the military. So he's a restless sleeper and usually wakes up early. I think he's in his room. He's tall, kind of slender, but well built, and he has like the full, like a beard, mutton chops, mustache deal, like very old 19th century facial hair, and he's got dark hair, but he's in his early 30s, and he's starting to get a little bit of salt, in addition to just the pepper. So he's in his room. I think he's smoking a pipe and just staring out the window. He has a window in his room. He's staring out of it at the sunrise that will come.
Okay. Octavian, you're still asleep.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. What kind of dream are you having right now?
What kind of dream am I having right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is this supposed to be like one that's fitting in here, or like
It can be anything right now.
Okay. You know what? I think that he's currently having a dream about his mother. It's kind of a flashback about seeing her life kind of fade away right in front of his eyes. I think he has nightmares about it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it starts happy with her making him a nice meal or something, and then it always kind of eventually ends into the final time he saw her face, which was not a pretty sight.
Mm-hmm. As this dream is developing, maybe this is even a dream you've had before of your mother, it starts taking another turn, and you see another figure standing in the room next to you. It's a face you can't really make out all of the details of, but as soon as your attention is drawn to it, the figure snaps closer to you, grabs the front of your clothes, and screams, "Get the door!" And then you wake up.
Okay. Do I wake up in bed?
In bed.
Okay. Yeah, gasp awake and kind of just gonna lay there. I mean, I imagine I smell some food being made. Is that a hot meal? Yeah, he's gonna just lay in bed. By the way Klaus looks, I don't think I went over that. He's
Octavian?
Octavian, sorry. Not you, Klaus. I don't know why I just thought it was you for a minute. Octavian's a middle-aged gentleman. He's got pretty nice healthy skin. He's cared a lot about hygiene. He's got a full beard. It's not very long, but it's nice and well kept. He's typically wearing kind of like a longer black overcoat and nice clothes, though they're very worn, maybe have some holes in them and whatnot. And I'm just gonna lay in bed, just kind of stare up at the ceiling for a while, because I imagine that Astra will wake me up when the food is ready.
Astra, there's a knock at the door.
She'll go over and answer. Hello?
A tall, well-kept man stands before you with a handlebar mustache, a briefcase at his side, and he removes a tall hat as soon as you open the door. My apologies. This is the society, correct?
Yes, it is.
I do have some business that I hope that you can help me with. I've heard that you are the people to turn to in situations such as this.
Of course. Come in. I'll go get the others.
Thank you.
And she'll go to each of your rooms and do like a timid I'm sorry. I know it's early, but there's someone here. She'll do that at both doors. And then she'll come back to the guy. Do you want some tea while they're coming?
Tea would be wonderful. And may I sit?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry I didn't offer you a chair. Go ahead.
You'll step off into a side room where you take a lot of your meetings when people come to you with problems. And he'll take a seat, cross his legs, and wait patiently for everyone to join him.
Whose door did you knock on first?
Probably Klaus's, and then back to Octavian's. As I imagine the order.
Okay. Klaus won't be long. And he'll, as you're walking away, you hear him shout, like, thank you, Astra. He'll come down not very long after you knock on his door, and he is in, I guess, I don't know that he would be in uniform because he's no longer part of the military, but he's dressed very, like, his clothes are pressed and clean, and he's very put together. And he's got his saber at his hip. Not in like a, threatening way, but in a very decorative, ceremonial way. And he will come downstairs promptly.
The man stands as you approach and offers a half bow, then shake your hand. Hello. My name is John.
Hello, sir. I'm Klaus. Forsmark. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Yes, of course, the same. I'm Dr. John Olson, and I have a bit of an unusual problem that I'm hoping you can help me out with.
Unusual in what way?
Well, see, I got a letter from my father. Is now a good time?
Perhaps we should wait for the... Is Astra back down here?
Yeah, she's coming back with a tray that's got tea on it.
Okay. Klaus will kind of catch your eye. Perhaps we should wait for Octavian.
He's not. I'll go check on him. His tea. I'll go check on him.
Here, no rush. Here, let me help you. Klaus will awkwardly take the tray out of your hands. It's no trouble.
Okay.
Thank you, Astra.
She's gonna just turn and awkwardly go down the hallway to find Octavian.
Klaus will just kind of stand, not quite sure what to do with this tray that he's now picked up, and then we'll finally turn and just set it on the table.
I imagine Octavian opens the door. Right about as you're getting there, he's kind of straightening up a tie.
You're up. I was just making sure. Sorry. Turn around and go back the other direction.
You're fine, Astra. I'll come with you. And I'll follow down.
Okay. When you guys get down, you see the man is snapping together his briefcase once more and is holding a letter in his hand. I am from a small town called Mill Creek. It's actually quite a journey to get here. And my father sent me this letter. He just is like getting right down to business.
Does this man look at all like the figure in my dream?
Does not.
Okay.
Okay. The letter reads, who wants to read the letter? I guess I should ask.
Which character?
Yeah.
Astra would go and take it, just being the gopher.
Being handed things.
Yeah.
Klaus can read it.
Hey.
Here.
I'll read it out loud for you, though. It says, Dearest John, it is with a heart full of trepidation that I write you, asking you to come home. A strange illness has befallen Mill Creek. One of shivers and coughs, and in extreme cases, sleepwalking. It is unsettling. It's unnatural. I fear the night and what comes with it. Don't brush this off, son. Make haste. Come home. Dr. Isaac Olson.
And do we know a John?
John is the name of the guy that we're talking to.
Okay.
Octavian.
I will have introduced you.
Okay.
Yes. Klaus will just kind of look at him quizzically after reading the letter.
As I'm sure you know, sleepwalking is not a common symptom of disease or sickness.
I suppose I'm not trained in the medical arts as you are.
Yes, I am. Do take my expert advice or opinion. It is very strange that my father would suggest of this, that it would be linked. He is normally a very level-headed man.
So have you returned to Mill Creek as requested?
I can't spare work at my own practice. It's a small practice, but we're dealing with a lot of serious situations, which of course I cannot divulge. But I was hoping that you could go in my stead, get to the bottom of whatever is happening.
I'll hand the letter off to Octavian.
Is the society, do people know about what we do?
Not normally.
So why do you come here for us? You'll find no doctors here.
No, what I'm saying is that I doubt that this is a sickness. I'm sorry, this is the society, is it not?
What do you know of the society, sir?
There are whispers.
And you trust these whispers enough with the fate of your own hometown?
He looks to Astra. I was told at the door that this is the place where this type of thing could be handled.
He's gonna kind of look over at Astra.
She's gonna look down. He asked, and I'm sorry. I'll go.
It's all right, Astra.
Food in the kitchen.
Klaus will actually, Klaus will go to kind of pat you on the shoulder, but then not.
She's gonna rush by to the kitchen, all just embarrassed.
Okay, is gonna.
Am I at the wrong place?
We
No.
can look into it for you. I'm just curious of your decision-making process.
So what is it you suggest we do? Go to Mill Creek ourselves and investigate? Is that the gist of it?
That is what I was thinking, yes. As you seem suspicious of me, do you remember helping Veta Veta Barlock about 6 months ago.
Do we?
Yeah, I'm just making one up now.
Yes, of
But yeah.
course.
She is a patient of mine. I treat her night terrors after dealing what she went through.
You should have said that at the entrance. As you'll find, the more information you can share with us, the better. Is there anything else that you think is relevant?
I did not realize that was relevant to this specific instance. I don't believe that Veta's situation is related to mine. It was just how I heard about you. I just wanted that to be clear.
If we're dealing with what you think we're dealing with, every little tiny detail could make the difference.
Of course. My apologies. Yes. Please, Mill Creek is a small logging town. They send logs down the river. I have taken the liberty of, and he'll pull an envelope out with some banknotes inside. These funds should cover any transportation costs to go in my stead. My father's name is, as you obviously know, Dr. Olson.
Do we typically expect anything in return for this kind of thing, or is this just like kind of like our destiny? Like, what's the deal with the society exactly in that regard?
It's generally more destiny. Sometimes people do pay though. It's not unheard of.
Will you be offering any other sort of compensation for this work?
I just have a small practice. There's not a lot that I can offer, but I can, if you are successful, I will return, and we can work out another deal. This is my address, and he'll pull out a business card.
Klaus, do we accept?
I suppose so. We should also ask Astra if she desires to participate.
Yes, Astra, will you be joining us?
She left.
I will
She's
go.
getting straight.
I will go ask her.
Thank you, Klaus. I will see our guest here out.
All right, I'll head to the kitchen. I'm guessing that's where Astra went. All right, I'll just go and stand awkwardly in the entrance as she's busying herself and clear my throat, and then basically ask her if she wants to do this mission with us.
She'll almost drop the plate that she's got. Klaus.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
no,
startle you.
I'm sorry. I'm taking so long. I've got your food here. I'm coming with it right now.
Thank you. We thought it proper to make sure that you, as a full team member, are on board with taking up this new assignment. Heading to Mill Creek to visit Dr. Isaac Olson.
If Octavian's on board, then of course I am. I go where he goes.
Right.
Octavian's
Klaus will
having
give
some
you a
internet
stiff
closes.
smile. Oh no.
Am I?
Yeah, you keep
Oh.
freezing for me.
Just a little here
Oh.
and there. It's not too bad.
Okay.
All right.
That's right. I've heard you all just fine.
Okay, cool.
Meanwhile, I'm going to be like looking this guy up and down very slowly while I pull gloves out and put them on. And then I'll put my hands behind my back and just lead him to the door.
What is happening?
I don't like it.
I do not know where that is going.
Oh, I
I'm
do
glad
not
Klaus
know.
is out of the room.
Sorry, Dexter, are you here?
We can follow Octavian. You can just assume that Klaus and Astra continue to be awkward in the kitchen.
Hey.
Yeah, seems right.
The man, once he's at the door, redons his hat and looks at Octavian. You do think you'll be able to handle whatever sort of problem is going on?
If we won't, then nobody else will.
Well, I wish that made me feel better.
It shouldn't. These are grave circumstances if your intuitions are correct.
Okay. Well, I care very much for the people of the town. So, it will take you approximately 2 weeks travel to get there.
Thank you for the information.
Good day.
Good
Did
day.
you say 2 weeks? Holy cow.
Yeah, it's pretty
This is
far
a freaking
out.
investment.
Yeah.
Oof.
I'm going to montage our 2-week travel time.
Can we please play it out minute by minute?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think that's a good idea. So, but as you guys are traveling, first by train, sometimes by coach, and finally by barge down the river, you guys are... Octavian, you realize that the night that you'd had the dream where you were telling to wake up, that had been a Tuesday night. And every subsequent Tuesday, you're having another dream with that same person always waking you up with a demand.
Okay.
The same demand or different ones?
Good question. It's not always the same command. Sometimes it's find me, and the other time is what's taking so long.
I'll share this information with Astra in private.
Does it have to do with your,
Is it always that same dream along with it?
It's not always that same dream. He interrupts any dream you're having.
So, okay. Not always. Seems to be interjecting itself into any other dream.
but like your cult stuff,
Perhaps he's got his gloves on. He's gonna take out like a little crystal ball. Think like David Bowie Labyrinth style. He's gonna kind of roll it on his fingers. I don't think so though.
Oh. Well, then it's strange.
Indeed. Something we should just keep in mind as we're working on this.
Sure, of course.
It's also strange that the first time I had the dream, he said, "Get the door." And then that gentleman showed up, I imagine approximately the same time.
Sure, of course.
Did you know him? He said it was word of mouth.
No, I've never seen him.
Did Klaus seem familiar with him?
No.
Very good. I'm glad you came with us. I
I'm
always feel safer when you're around, Astra.
I'm bound to you.
You are
Of
not,
course.
though I appreciate your service.
Yes. Mhm.
Do you trust sharing this information with Klaus?
Well, he is some authority. Yes, he is. He's part of the team, so I think he should know.
Yes.
Would you like me to share it with him? Unless that's
Yes, I
something
just
you
wanted
want
to get
do.
your thoughts first. I can't explain what it is. Something about Klaus feels off sometimes.
I think he's quite gentlemanly.
Well, if you'll feel that way, then I'm sure it's fine.
Right. But of course your instincts are also good.
My instinct should not always be trusted. The past has proven that.
Sure.
Let's go tell him. And I'll go share it with Klaus.
Oh, you're gonna tell me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll fill you in on the details of the dream.
Okay. And you didn't think it relevant to tell me until now that you've had 3.
Didn't seem like a pattern until 3. Wouldn't want to trouble you with simple nightmares.
Of course not. He'll look at you very sus. Very sus. Also, I realized that this is the second time that Katie and I are playing very awkward lovers. Not lovers, but like awkward people
Interests.
interacting in a romantic way.
It's true. How does this keep happening?
I don't know. I hope this doesn't say anything about us as people.
Octavian, this might be prompting the conversation because tomorrow is Tuesday night.
Tomorrow's Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
It's Monday today, isn't it?
Yes.
Perhaps one of you could monitor me while I sleep tomorrow night.
I can do it. Astra, you need not trouble yourself. You
No,
deserve a good night's rest.
no, it's quite all right. I am.
I don't sleep well anyway.
But I don't. You shouldn't be troubled with it. I can watch him.
It's quite all right. I wouldn't want you to weary yourself.
No, it's really no trouble. It's what I'm supposed to do.
You.
It's-
Klaus turns to you, Octavian. You ask her to watch you sleep regularly?
If the circumstance calls for it, then yes.
And what circumstances do you have these nightmares regularly?
I don't have these nightmares. If it seems relevant to dealing with a Vaesen, then of course I do. Can't rule anything out.
You force this poor woman to stay up all night watching you sleep.
I don't mind it. It's fine.
I shall take care of it this time, Astra. It is quite all right. Please, I insist.
She gives this really worried look to Octavian, like kind of kicked puppy style, like you gonna be mad later.
He's gonna stare at Klaus for like awkwardly
We're
too
in
long.
this cold. We're in this like dead, cold stare down.
And then eventually he'll nod. Yes, it'll be fine.
Okay, you already know. I'll be listening.
Thank you.
We're a very effective team, I
Mhm.
think, already.
Oh yeah,
I feel good about this.
I do too. It's gonna be great.
You feel the barge tremble underneath your feet as something bumps into the sides. A bell rings and a voice you recognize as the captain's calls out, "Mill Creek! Mill Creek ahead!" And then footsteps ring across the deck. As he approaches you three. You're off
Well, it
here, is that
appears
correct?
we've reached our stop. Indeed. Thank you, Captain.
I'll go get our things. And Astra will run off to go get everything.
Klaus will try to Right.
That one's got a heart of gold.
That she does.
Indeed.
I'm not
They-
even paying her. I feel terrible about it sometimes.
Oh, yeah, you gotta pay the help.
She offers her services freely.
Oh, I see how it is.
A
He
true
winks
heart
at
of gold.
Octavian.
Klaus's face kind of flushes and he like storms off. He just like storms off the ship. Or are we
Dude.
here?
Yeah,
Well,
you're
I'll
here.
still-
You're pulling
okay,
up to
Into
the
the
dock.
water. It's
Da,
fine.
da, da, da.
Yeah, Klaus kind of gets red in the face and he just like clears his throat and kind of like, well, yes, and then exits this horrible conversation.
I don't even comment. I just nod to the captain, hands behind my back, and follow calmly.
I kind of hate and love Octavian.
I'm very much seeing the foundation for the kind of relationship that we have with
Yes.
Octavian.
Yeah.
Dude, it's great.
This town is really small. It looks like maybe a dozen families live here. And it's just small houses. There's a big like ramp that looks like people use to roll down logs into the water. There's like a town hall, a small shop, and an infirmary. Besides that, this town is pretty vacant. It's also quiet. Trees ring in a semicircle around the town, only broken up by the river next to it, and mist rises off the river and spills down the streets of the town. No one's there to greet you.
I suppose since Klaus is first off the ship, he'll start asking people where he might find Dr. Isaac. Sorry, Olson. What was his last name?
Olson,
Isaac
yeah.
Olson. Okay.
Yeah. What type of person would you approach? There's men, women, and children.
I suppose. I'll find like if there's like a shopkeeper or someone at like a stall or a stand or some like
The
some kind of-
general store is close to the dock.
Okay, yeah, I'll go to the general store and
Hey.
I'll ask the shopkeeper there.
Oh, well, hello there.
Oh
A
my
one-eyed
goodness.
man leans across the table at you with just a gap-toothed grin. He's got about half the teeth that are left to him, and he just grins. What brings you to Mill Creek?
This is absolutely way more than I bargained for.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. You need
Klaus
a fishing hook?
Standing in the doorway, taken aback a bit, and then will kind of straighten his jacket again and walk toward the counter. Is anyone else in this shop?
No. Empty.
Okay.
I'll probably be bringing up the rear, like kind of ways behind. You were kind of storming off, and I was kind of casually walking.
Yes.
So-
Zach
so
just brought
s-
me pizza.
Oh,
that's great.
I won't
Oh,
eat it on
okay.
stream
That's
because I
okay.
won't make you guys sad, but I have it. Anyway, yes, Klaus will. There's nobody else in this shop, you said?
Nope, no one else is in this.
Okay. So I'll walk up and yes, hello, sir. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for Dr. Isaac Olson, I was told. he
Well,
had
you
a
look
practice
like
here.
a person who could get anyone they wanted. Look at you, a tall, smart thing like yourself.
Do you know Dr. Olson, sir?
Oh, the doc. Yeah, infirmary. He's over there. I wouldn't go over there if I was you.
Why is that?
Well, the sickness, obviously. You came to Mill Creek and didn't know about this sickness. People are getting sick all over the place. Unless you want the fevers and the shits and the coughing, then you can go over there.
You believe this? It's contagious then?
Well, yeah. Doc's been treating people for weeks now.
Have you witnessed anyone suffering from sleepwalking?
You knows about the sleepwalking then, do ya? He looks like furtively from side to side. I've got theories on that.
Oh, do you? I would love to hear these theories.
Oh, of course, but you gotta buy something first. He gestures to his meager wares of fish hooks, old fish, some clothes here and there, groceries, one solitary lantern.
Perhaps I will return when I have learned more about what I will need while I'm here in town.
Oh, I see how it is. How about you, fancy one? With your gloves.
Oh, has Octavian arrived now?
I'll probably be wandering in about right now.
Klaus will like wheel around and like his first look at you is like a glare. Then he fixes his face like, but it's just like pure instinct is just like, ugh, Octavian.
Yeah, he just kind of is like casually
Ah.
looking around the. This is a store you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll like pick up some little thing and just kind of look at him. What was your question, sir?
This is my colleague. Are you a doctor, Octavian? Does Octavian have a title, or is it just Octavian?
It's just Octavian.
Okay, this is my colleague, Octavian.
Octavian, hello! I assume you also want to hear about my rumors, but they don't come free.
If they don't come free, then I have no interest.
Ugh, boring.
Perhaps we will be back.
Perhaps you should be back. I bet you'll be back.
You said this person has an eye patch?
No eye patch, just missing the eye, so it's just the socket.
He's
Oh.
going to kind of inspect him very closely. I may have a solution to that gaping hole in your head.
What? What do you mean a solution? I keep things in there. And he reaches in and pulls out a penny.
He just kind of like cringes a little bit.
Then, like, he tips his head back, tosses the penny up in the air, and instead of, like, catching it in his mouth, he catches it in the socket.
Never mind. You clearly seem like you have it sorted. I'm gonna turn around and walk out.
Wow. Okay. Klaus will also turn and walk out.
No
without saying
applause,
anything.
he says as the door shuts behind you.
That was quite an odd character. He did say he's heard rumors and he has his own theories about the sleepwalking, though.
Yes, I suppose we should be figuring out our resources and our information.
Is Astra with us?
Astra's probably coming now.
With all
Very
of the
laden
bags.
with
Oh my gosh.
bags.
Okay, as soon as Klaus sees you with all of the stuff, he's going to like start rushing and then kind of catch himself and then just proper walk toward you and say, I am so sorry. I should have come and help you. Here, let me take my things at least. It's no trouble.
It's fine.
And then they sort of grapple with the bag in the middle of the road for a couple seconds.
Okay.
And he'll take his I don't even know what he travels with. I guess suitcase, huh?
Sure.
Suitcases.
And it's just like a
Yeah.
A military duffel.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool. Where would you guys like to go now?
I'll tell Octavian and Astra where the shopkeeper told me the infirmary was, but I'll also let them know that the guy was there are sick people there.
we should not go there then.
Do we need to roll to see what kind of resources we have now, or when does that happen?
So that happens at character creation.
No, so it says
there's
once
a
per
resources
mystery, we
roll.
roll to see how many resources we have to purchase things.
Okay. Yeah, you can. We should have probably done that before you guys left, but we can do that now.
Okay. So we roll with our wealth or the
anything.
number, and then we get a bonus based on, or maybe a penalty based on how.
For every 6, I think we have one resource,
Mhm.
and we can either spend them individually or we can pool them. I am so poor.
That's right. But yeah. Okay.
I
So
have
I'm rolling.
nothing to contribute.
I'm rolling 5. We'll see what I get here. I'm gonna take these dice out so I don't mix them up. I have 1 to contribute.
Oh no, we're so poor.
One resource.
Hey Astra, you getting income from somewhere that's not from
No.
me?
What are your
I-
resource numbers?
I didn't roll any 6s, so
Oh, gotcha. Well,
Guys, how are we affording our headquarters?
we're not.
You probably have other teams that you work with, and they're just out on business. You guys were who was left.
and I am financially stable is my
Okay.
I'm destitute.
my
You're
rank.
destitute.
I'm
destitute.
poor.
You're more poor than your servant.
You know
Oh,
what? She
boy.
had a savings. I didn't. I
Jeez,
was
no
dependent
wonder
on
I
my
don't trust
family.
you. I'm also wondering how the heck
This
you
is-
afford anything.
This is
I'm low-key
manipulation.
cheap. I always just kind of try to slither in on things. And,
He
you know.
probably
Alright, well,
just
we
tells
have one
Astra to pay
resource.
for things.
Yeah.
We can get something at least.
But who has the highest observation?
Are we considering our
Our
key
base,
attribute as well?
No, just your observation.
then not me.
I have a 1.
Astra.
I also have a 1.
I have
Do
a
you,
4 in empathy.
okay, who has the
Same.
highest? Okay, both of y'all's roll me an observation then.
So now when we roll a skill, we roll the base number of dice plus the
Plus.
skill number of dice.
That's
right?
correct.
And then we count the 6s.
Mhm.
I have 2 6s.
Okay.
I also have 2 6s.
You notice that this is not like a happy working town. People are quiet. They're hurrying to their homes. They're not talking to each other on the street. There's no kids in sight, which is weird. Though there are dogs and cats wandering around. It seems like it's just almost abandoned, even though there's obvious signs people lived here. The only talk you hear besides your own is the whisper of the trees rustling around you.
This is a sad place, Astra.
Yeah, I agree.
Hopefully we can bring some shred of hope to it. Did that gentleman say he was covering the lodgings while we were here?
He did give us enough coin for our travels.
Did he like leave some sort of like paperwork or something, on that stuff?
No.
Wow,
And you guys are actually mostly out of the cash he gave you. It looked like that covered mostly the transportation and like the stays along the way. You're almost out.
Astra will pull out the nearly empty envelope and look really regretful. I'm sorry. I guess it just took a little bit longer. I could maybe, I guess I could go ask around, see if there's some kind, people. I'm sorry. I should have kept track better, and I didn't. And
Astra, it's completely fine.
I'm
We can go
sorry.
sweet talk our way into some lodgings. We'll just
I
convince someone that
may
we're
be
here
able
help.
to front the cost this time.
I'm low on funds. I don't know about you.
I know you are.
You're just gonna straight face that.
I will ask around about lodging.
Okay.
We
Who are
don't
you
have to be
asking?
beggars. Is there a lodge in town?
There
Or
is
anything
not a
like that?
lodge in
Okay.
town.
Hmm.
I'm gonna oppose. Perhaps you could let me handle this. I could do some petty tricks. Townsfolk like this tend to adore that kind of thing. Consider it a trade, as if you will. Not only could it maybe get us free lodgings, it could inspire a bit of confidence.
He is quite good at it.
You propose to inspire confidence by pulling the wool over people's eyes.
It's not pulling the wool over. It's a demonstration of skills. Unless you think that you have a silver tongue above magic, Klaus. In which case, I definitely think you should take it.
He kind of like clenches his jaw. Go right ahead. Be my guest.
Very well. Shall we travel together so I can try to obtain them for all three? I suppose
Please
we'll only need
let's.
2 rooms since you'll be watching me.
Hey! The one-eyed guy is standing on the porch of his
Dang it,
general
I knew
store.
he was gonna hear us.
He's waving like way too large for this just across the street business. Hey!
Yes, good sir.
You really only got a couple of options of where you're gonna stay. You can see if they'll let you stay in like the town hall that we have. Not very comfortable. It's not heated and it's cold. He's right, it is cold. You are well into fall at this point. You absolutely need your jackets or else you would be just freezing.
Okay.
So if you don't want to stay there, I've got a spare room above the store.
We'll get back to you on that.
And he like blinks very hard at you and then blinks again.
You know, your condition there will deteriorate unless you get something like a glass eye to fix it.
What?
The socket. It'll rot, sink.
What?
Look into
I'm gonna
it.
talk to the doctor about that.
Yes, as you should. Let's go try to secure some stayings at this lodge. He said lodge, right?
It's town hall.
Town
But he
hall.
has a room above his store.
I think the town hall would be more sufficient.
It's not heated, he said.
You have heated above your store here?
Of course! What do
And
you
would let
think
us
I am?
Stay there for free?
For free?
I could help you in the store, maybe sweep up.
I am more than capable of sweeping, sweetheart.
We're here to help the town. Would you like to see a few
Oh.
tricks that can prove that we are capable?
Go on then, let's see these tricks.
Very good. Okay, what do I roll for this? What am I doing?
IDK. What are you trying to do?
So I'm gonna use I'm gonna use my talent, which is magic tricks. So I can replace. Hold on, let me pull up that one again. Gotta look at my character sheet.
Okay.
I can't remember what role I replace with it. So I do something instead of manipulation. I think it's stealth.
That makes sense to me.
Manipulation. Yeah, stealth instead of manipulation.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Okay. And I'm gonna pull out that like little crystal ball, and I'm gonna walk up to him and kind of do some fancy tricks with it on my hand here. So you see, we are very adept at finding if anything outside of a sickness is happening around here. Sometimes there can be mystical illnesses, and sometimes not everybody can see them. And I'm gonna pull out a little tinder box, pull out some powder from it, and I'm going to just kind of toss it at the crystal ball, which is quite a small crystal ball, and it ignites on fire. And then I'm gonna pull out my own eye because I have a glass eye.
You have a glass eye too? What?
And I'm gonna put the flaming crystal ball in there. So you see, I have that special kind of sight. So if we stay here, it's in the very best interest of your town.
Oh, a Thursday's child you are.
Do I need to roll anything for this?
Yeah, roll me your stealth.
Okay.
Did you just burn the hell out of your face?
No, because it's a trick, right? It's more of like an illusion. The fire isn't actually hot. I roll so many dice. Hold on. Yeah, that's 5 6s.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it works any which way that you want. He is just absolutely flabbergasted. My grandma used to tell me about things that went bump in the night. She called them bumpers. Creative woman, I know. So, she really instilled in me the interest in the occult. And he makes woo fingers. Come, you must stay, but we will talk more about these bumpers.
I'm gonna pull the crystal ball out and replace with the glass eye. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, he'll get you guys all situated with your bags, and he'll just help Astra, and he just talks absolutely nonstop about all the stories his granny told him when he was but a wee lad.
I'm just gonna quietly listen, not comment.
Klaus is very quiet during this whole thing. I think he's pretty bitter that it worked.
And sweetheart, you're good to sleep on the floor, right? We only have the 2 rooms.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I will sleep on the floor. That is unacceptable. Please, I insist.
You're going to
I
be
slept on the
monitoring
ground
me
for-
while I sleep, are you not?
Well, that is true, but I thought you only needed that for one night.
It's really okay. I can make do.
No, I will hear nothing of you sleeping on the floor.
Oh,
You are a lady and deserve adequate sleeping
arrangements.
yes, arrangements.
All
We will
right.
need you well rested, Astra.
I see how it is here. And he looks to Klaus and Astra, then Octavian and Astra in this triangle motion. All right. Well,
With his one eye.
his one eye. Flick, 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 flick. Well then, I've got your stuff. I'll get new sheets on the beds for the Lady Astra.
Thank you.
Anything else you need help with for the things that go bump?
Privacy, please.
Oh, touchy. He'll pull his penny out of his eye socket and flick it. I got tricks too. Backs out of the room and goes.
Just gonna kind of frown and cringe.
And it's
Octavian and
strange.
Klaus have the same expression, finally, as he walks out.
What time is it?
It's morning still.
Oh, we have all day.
Well, I suppose we should prepare.
Perhaps we should try and seek someone out who has seen the affliction or suffered from it.
Yes, questioning would be a good way to start.
And we do still need to talk to Dr. Olson and let him know we're here, although I agree with Astra's wisdom that it might not be a good idea to go to the infirmary itself.
At least not immediately.
The door cracks back open. The doc lives at the infirmary. He rarely leaves.
You'll want to make sure you knock in the future.
Sorry, and shuts the door.
Well, perhaps it is time for you to coat your tongue in some of that silver. I don't believe I want to flaunt my tricks around the town.
Oh, now they're a secret.
It's
Very
not
good.
something we want to make widely known. If a Vaesen is living among them or is nearby, we don't want to alert it.
It's true, we wouldn't want your spotless reputation getting marred as a trickster.
Oh,
She just kind of sinks back.
He seems unfazed by it. I could turn your tongue silver for you if it would make you feel more confident.
Let's go. Is he still there?
he's just lingering right outside the door.
Okay, Klaus is going to like walk and like open the door very quickly.
Oh, he's you can see him scuttling away, but it just barely misses him.
Sorry, I should have asked him to leave. I didn't.
Astra, you understand
right.
you have great potential within you. You should speak with more confidence.
Sure. Whatever you say, if that's what you wish.
You're the best of us all.
I don't know about that.
There's that lack of confidence again. We'll work on it.
She just looks down.
Klaus is pursing his lips. He has so many things he wants to say.
Lead the way, Klaus.
Yes. First, let me retrieve something. And I'll go get my... I already have my saber. I think I'll just have my rifle, too. I'll just sling it over my back.
I'm going to go take a cooking pot out of my things, and I'm just going to carry it under my arm.
Does Klaus know what you use this for? Is this a regular thing?
No.
Oh,
I mean, you've seen him with it before, probably. It's like, how
Okay.
long have we been working together?
that's a good question.
Good
Em. How long have
question
we
for
been
you
working
guys.
together?
How long do you want to work together?
Well, we've done a job before
Mhm.
already. That was established.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you've done a job together before, you've probably seen him with the cooking pot.
I'd say under a year we've been working together.
The job I did say was 6 months ago.
Maybe that was our first job.
Okay. You probably saw him do some weird little tricks with it.
Okay.
Astra's gonna go over to her bag and try to like block view as much as she can, and she'll pull out a revolver and tuck it away.
Wow.
Packing a revolver?
I love it. Where'd you tuck it? Did you like hide? Do you like have a leg holster or something super sneaky?
She's got a really like oversized
Oh, cool.
jacket on, and so she's got like a holster on her,
Like
but
an
this
armpit
thing's
holster?
but this is so oversized that you'd never know.
I love it.
Okay.
Fun.
And she folds her
Astra
arms a
MVP.
lot.
Oh yeah. I'm incredibly good at shooting, but I will never have enough money to get a firearm.
Oh.
I came with one, and I am incredibly good at shooting.
Nice. Well, if you
I
fall down and
came
start
with one.
dying, I'll use
It was
yours.
part of my package. It was included.
I got a cooking pot.
Rifle included. Okay, let's go. We're walking. Where are we walking? We wanted to go talk to someone who may have suffered from this.
Yeah. Just gonna start asking around town, I guess.
Should we just ask the stupid shopkeeper? I'll ask him as we're on our way out. Do you know anyone who has suffered from this condition?
Oh, there's lots of people that have suffered from the disease, but not everyone has suffered from the sleepwalking.
Do you think maybe we could know about those people? I'm sorry.
Which ones? Which ones?
Sleepwalking ones.
Oh, those ones. All right. Yes. Well, there's been a number. He'll go to the window and start pointing out houses. There's been about 5 of these fools. You know, what do you know about the sleepwalking? Do you know everything? Little bit of things?
Why don't you tell us what we know, or what you know?
All right. And he rubs his hands together, polishing his palms as he gets into the theatrics of telling this tale. Well, every Tuesday night, somebody ends up walking out, not caught by a single person, but manages to make their way to the graveyard. Ooh.
Spare the theatrics, sir.
I will tell my story how I will tell my story, in my own shop.
You'll gather no amusement, just so you're aware.
Astra thinks it's funny.
He looks at
Astra's
Astra.
gonna look away and look down.
Told you. Anyways, the first person who went was 5 weeks ago. They just stood in front of an unmarked grave. Then the next person who went was laying on the grave, arms crossed. The third person had a red line running across their stomach when they awoke,
Oh,
also laying on the grave.
goodness.
The fourth person had a long scratch. Didn't quite break the skin, but was close. Then the last one, there was a cut. A long cut trailing across their torso. Not deadly, but we're all waiting to see what happens this Tuesday night.
Is that tomorrow? Tuesday? Is
Tomorrow, yep.
Okay.
Astra's gonna look worriedly over at Octavian. On a Tuesday?
Yes, it does seem more than coincidental, doesn't it?
Oh, sounds like you have stories for me.
No.
Sounds like you have heard enough. Thank you for the information. We will be going now.
Oh, so grumpy. What is your name again?
I'm Klaus.
And I've heard Octavian and Astra. Well, goodbye, my beauties. Enjoy your walkabout.
All
Thank
right,
you.
let's roll out.
uh, is there like any kind of check we can roll to see if like those bits of information add up to anything that we might know about?
That's a great question.
Is that learning?
That would be learning. If you want to know if this relates to something you've already known.
Okay. I'm gonna roll me a learn.
A learn!
Okay. 5 dice, don't let me down. 1 6.
Okay. This you really clearly remember your teachings. There's nothing that you know of that specifically relates to Tuesdays. Though you have heard of people have been charmed, there's been possessions, there's a lot of different types of scenarios that could result in people showing up at a place that they weren't intending to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be following Klaus and thinking.
Klaus, where are you taking these people?
Did did he tell us which house belonged to which person as he was describing their
Yeah, he would have
conditions?
been pointing out the different houses.
Okay. Maybe maybe just the first person. The person who did it the most time ago.
Yeah, the person who ended up just standing there.
The
Yeah,
first
you can
person.
absolutely go over to that house. This is a very small, worn down house, but obviously has a lot of love poured into it. There's flowers by the front door. The shutters are of some odd shade of green, but they're not just worn down. And as you knock, a worried woman opens the door just a crack. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. I am Klaus Forsmark. These are my colleagues, Astra and Octavian. We have some questions for you, if that would be all right.
I'm sorry. You know that there's a sickness going around,
Yes.
and none of
we-
you are ill? She looks pointedly over at Astra, who has her cloak drawn tightly around herself.
No, it's just cold.
We just arrived today, ma'am. I don't believe we would have caught such a sickness so quickly.
Oh, yes, it is cold. Do come in, and she'll open the door and let you all in.
Thank you.
You recovered from this sickness?
I was never sick.
Did you visit the graveyard unintentionally?
I don't really like to talk about that, I'm sorry.
I'm afraid we must insist on asking you questions about that event.
It doesn't...
Though I apologize, it must be uncomfortable.
Do you want to roll me any sort of check for that?
Sure, I can definitely try.
Prove the silver tongue, Klaus.
I have literally never claimed to have a silver tongue. I just
Yeah.
want that let the record show.
I think this is just going to be an empathy check.
Yeah, which is
Wild assumptions here.
it's not my good it's not my good trait. Nope.
I don't think that you have the right to be telling me what I have to do in my own house.
I apologize. I was not trying to. We're here to.
Astra's gonna step forward. What? How about I'll make you some tea if you'll just point to where it is in your house. I'm quite good at it, and then maybe you and I could talk while we're making the tea.
Roll me an empathy check.
You're about to lose your talking rights.
2 6s.
Okay, yeah.
Hey.
All right. It's just a dark memory, you know. And she'll wave a hand towards a shelf where you can see an old tea tin.
I understand. I'm sorry. She'll go get the tea tin and start making tea because that's what she's good at.
Is it in a different room? Do they
No, but it's
retire
just
to
a
the kitchen?
one-room place.
Okay.
It's got a kitchen in the corner, one bed, some tools along the other
Is
side.
there anywhere to sit?
Yeah, there's chairs at the table in the kitchen.
Okay, Klaus will just sit and listen.
I'll kind of glance down at Klaus. May we sit?
Yes, thank you for asking. And she
look at
pointedly
Klaus.
does not look at Klaus.
Oh my gosh.
He'll sit down next to Klaus.
I think when you ask, Klaus half gets up, and then she's like, "It's okay," and then he gets back down, and he's just clearly flustered by all of this.
What is it that I can help you with? Why do you want to know about that night?
Is she talking to Astrid?
No, she's actually talking to Octavian.
We're medical professionals here trying to see if we can figure it out. Any information that you could share with us could be vital.
Well, we have our own medical professional in town. Have you spoken to the doctor?
Yes, he has a poor reputation. We're coming in to assist.
He has a poor reputation.
Indeed, he hasn't solved this yet by now, so it's unlikely he's going to solve it.
The doctor works very hard for this town. We're a logging community. There's always injuries. The poor man has seen many, many things.
I'm sure he does work hard. One's work ethic just does not always transfer over to experience. I assure you that we have far more experience than he does.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. But I never got the fever. I never got the cough. Nothing. I don't know how to explain it. I don't have a lot of details for you. I was sleeping, and then I woke up in front of the grave.
Let's discuss the sleeping portion. Did you have strange dreams?
Not that I remember, and not that the others remember either. We all get together and talk sometimes.
Like a support group?
I suppose, yes. It helps that someone else has gone through the same scenario, though. Or Letty. The cut's going to leave a scar.
When would we possibly be able to attend one of these meetings and just listen?
Well, yeah, sure, but it's not until after Tuesday night.
I see.
We're expecting another one to join us. Hopefully they'll survive the encounter. It's been getting progressively worse.
Has anyone died?
Not yet. Letty was the one that was the closest. It's getting worse every time. I was just looking. The next one's been laying on the grave and they're just starting to get hurt. It was a red line and then a scratch and now it's a cut. And what if the next person is split open?
Now,
Would you go ahead?
Oh no, after you, Klaus.
Would you be able to point out the grave or describe it so we might find it ourselves?
It's an unmarked grave. We don't know who's buried there. It's on the very edge, and she'll pull out a piece of paper and give you as a rough sketch and mark it with an X. And hey, I made a thing. So you'll have to look at the stream to see it, though.
Okay, I'm looking.
Okay.
Wow, she takes all that time to draw those trees.
I know.
That's real nice of her.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
You're an incredible artist.
My father always said I had a gift.
He was right. Thank you for this information. Now, has the sickness also been getting progressively worse? You said you had no other symptoms besides waking up at the graveyard. Have the others been getting more ill?
No, not necessarily. Frank thinks that the sickness isn't related. Only a couple of us have actually been sick.
And the doctor's been the one telling you that it's tied to the sickness?
Well, yes, but the doctor is a good man.
You said he had some sort of experiences elsewhere? Did I hear you start on that?
No, just that he's worked here for a long time. He's given birth to all of the young ones in the town. Or, helped with that process.
Did your grandmother work in this town?
Well, yes.
Or live, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Did she know the doctor?
I don't think so, no. I don't remember, though. I was a little girl.
Thank you for the information. I have no other questions, Klaus.
No, thank you. You have a you have a lovely home.
Thank you.
Astra, would you like help with that tea? Astra?
No, it's done, and she'll go over and hand the cup. Appreciate you being so willing to share.
You are a dear. Are you okay
Yeah, I'm
with these?
I'm fine.
They just seem a little overbearing.
Oh, no, they're just they're good. They just
Okay.
sometimes the words are a little more than their hearts, but they're good.
Okay. Well, is there anything else I can help you with?
I think that I don't want to speak for either of you, but I think that we've got
One last question, if you don't mind. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Astra. Who found you at the graveyard, or did you just wake up?
I just woke up and started screaming.
Was it in the middle of the night that you woke up, or in the morning?
It was early morning.
And the others, did they?
The same.
Did they also
Down
wake
to
up?
the hour, yes.
What do you know? What time it was, or does anybody know what time it was?
It had to have been close to, I don't know, 5 in the morning?
Okay. Thank you for the information and for the tea.
Nice question,
Thanks, Astra.
Klaus.
He'll just glance at Octavian. but ignored the comment.
Okay.
We'll be on our way. After they get outside the house. So, points of interest. The gravestone. We could get more witness accounts. This doctor sounds odd to me.
We haven't even met the man.
Just by accounts. Why would he assume this is tied to a sickness? And it seems like not many of them are getting sick.
Never mind. I'm sorry.
No, please, speak freely, Astra.
He is a doctor. Why wouldn't he think it's a sickness?
Well, if you're a trained medical professional, calling something a sickness, I would imagine, would require gathering enough knowledge to do so.
You're right.
I would quite like to see his qualifications.
Are you a
course.
trained medical professional?
I could be if I wanted to. That would be a dangerous business for me.
Gosh, I hate Octavian so much.
Klaus like, but you're not.
Anybody could say those words, Octavian.
Well,
Anybody.
because I will have you guys know that Klaus does have 1 rank in medicine. So
But what's his precision?
my precision's friggin' off the charts, man.
Oh, is it? So
Yeah.
hey, look,
yeah.
we got things in common.
No, I kind of am thinking of that as I think he like was trained in like, battle
Medic.
medicine.
Battlefield
Yeah.
stuff,
Medic
yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Octavian. John did mention that he didn't think that sleepwalking was accurate and that it was strange that his father would assume that.
That's right.
I
the
didn't
doctor is
know.
His father.
Yeah. And yeah, but I don't think the other 2 were there.
So we need to investigate the gravestone. We need to talk with the doctor.
I think our host is quite uneducated, and I think it should be fine to go visit the infirmary.
Can I don't even know. Can I check that? Can I like make some sort of educated guess about, or at least maybe like a safe way to do that? I don't know.
To talk to the doctor?
At the infirmary. Yeah.
Or
Or like what he doesn't know what the regular disease is even, right? Okay. All right, then never mind. Klaus will just kind of leave that comment where it is and say, well, perhaps first we should check out the gravestone.
Octavian's gonna stare at him a little awkwardly long for again, and then turn towards Astra. What are your instincts telling you, Astra?
uh-oh. Astra has to make a choice.
It's whatever your instincts.
As I said, you are clearly the best of us. We should follow your instincts.
I don't know about that. I think maybe we go talk to someone else with dreams and see if maybe they progress like yours have.
It's an excellent idea, Astra.
Agreed. Just you wait, Astra. Today, it's making a cup of tea. In the future, it's going to be saving the world. I know it.
You could be a doctor too, Astra.
Go away, Astra.
Which house would you like to go to next?
Probably one that's more either the red line or the person who was cut.
Maybe like let's go to the cut person.
Okay. Letty's house.
Yeah.
Letty.
Okay. Yeah, you'll go to the last place that and you guys didn't even ask him his name. The grocer had pointed out.
Oh yeah. Can I did introduce myself. I used my name.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
guess he didn't feel like he needed to.
He was
introduce
just
himself
excited
back.
about his eyeball trick. Octavian distracted him.
I'm just wanting to point out that is not entirely
Okay.
my fault.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, you'll go to the last house that he pointed out, and it is so cold out. The wind is just shaking the trees. The fall leaves are just a tornado across the entire town as you wait at the doorstep of Letty's house after knocking.
Did the shopkeeper, real quick, did the shopkeeper carry any warmer clothes?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Does seem like an oversight, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
He'll knock. You guys knock, and a few minutes later, a man throws the door open. What do you want?
I'm gonna jump in.
Yeah, I was like,
before he
Klaus is
does.
gonna step aside for Octavian this time.
We would like to ask you a few questions. We're here on medical business, trying to assist the doctor.
If you're here on medical business, go talk to the doctor.
You were treated, were you not?
I was not treated.
But you woke up at the graveyard.
Do I look like Letty to you?
I've never met him, so I'm not sure. My name's Octavian. What is yours, good sir?
He shuts the door in your face.
Perhaps
Octavian,
Letty is a female name.
it's Letty. It would
I'm gonna look at Astra, then I'm gonna knock on the door again.
And this Klaus is gonna mutter as we're
look
waiting.
down.
Klaus is gonna mutter, "Thank God for your silver tongue. I don't know what we would do without it."
He means well.
Conversation takes time. The man was impatient. I'm gonna keep knocking on the door, getting louder and louder.
A kid opens the door.
Hello there. Is your father at home?
Yeah?
Is his name Letty?
No.
Is your mother home? Is there someone here who is named Letty?
Yeah.
Is it you?
No.
Who
Your
is it?
mother?
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Astrid's gonna just can I?
The man walks out of a back room and sees you all conversing with his child. I thought I told you to leave.
Well, you so rudely closed the door on our face before we got to finish having that conversation.
It's my house. I can close the door. No solicitors.
We are not soliciting. We are trying to help your town. Sir.
Can we have a little bit of privacy? Everyone's been knocking on the door ever since it happened.
Can I have an idea. I want to try something.
Okay. What do you want to try?
So I'm not good at talking to people, but I do have inspiration. So I think I want to try and appeal to this man's sense of like community. So I think I'm just gonna kind of we are from out of town. We've been called here to help, and that is exactly what we are trying to do. But we cannot, sir, without your Letty's valuable information, and we would not be here bothering you if it was not of the most urgent nature. Please, sir, for the good of your entire town. Is that enough? Can I roll?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna step away. I'm just gonna go walk.
You are divorcing yourself from whatever
Yeah.
happens here. No! I rolled 4 dice even, and I still got no 6s.
Would you like to push yourself?
Push myself. Ooh.
Oh,
I
that's
kinda
so
want to.
scary. Do
I
it.
kind of want to.
Okay.
It gives me 1. Oh, no, I get to re-roll all of them that weren't 6s, right? Is that what that means?
I think.
I think you just re-roll, and I think if you fail, you get a condition.
Yep.
I think I get a condition either way.
I think you only get a condition if you fail, right?
That's what I thought.
That's what I remember.
I'll look it up.
I think I take a condition, and that's how I'm pushing myself.
Chase, look it up.
I shall. You guys go and sort that out while I'm looking.
Doesn't matter because it didn't work.
Oh no, then it does matter. Yeah, you're gonna get a condition. All right.
Do you want to pick, or do you want me to say? I guess
You
if
can-
I'm pushing myself, I can kind of.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me what you want your condition to be.
I feel like angry would
Mm-hmm.
apply here.
Yeah. So
I'm tired of being shown up by Octavian, and he puts his freaking foot in his mouth, and then he ruins our chances with this guy, and then this guy isn't listening.
Yep.
I'm
You
angry.
do take the condition no matter what. You're right.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, you're angry, and it just does not seem to work on this man. He chests up to you. He says, "Listen, my daughter almost died last week, and I don't owe you anything. Everything is for her. All right? So if she doesn't want to have people barging into her room while she's trying to get a moment's sleep, that is up to her. Get off my property. Do not come back."
While he's chesting up and I kind of stepped away, like before he goes back in, I would like to try something if that's
Okay.
Yeah, and Klaus is fully chested up to him too. Like he's red in the face. Like I won't, but he's ready to sock this guy.
Yeah.
He's so mad.
So while he's chesting up to him, I step to the side and I get out some of my tinder powder. I kind of start rubbing it from my fingers. I'm doing like a little ritual thing, right? And it kind of starts making this smoke that kind of swirls around. I want to try to just sneak past behind him and just walk in the house.
Through the same door that he's standing in?
Yeah, you said he's chesting up to him, right?
Yeah, but in the doorway. They're both in the doorway.
In the doorway.
From your angle though, you can see that there's like a kitchen door.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go do that. My ritual, I think that I'm trying to. I don't know how this works. Like I'm an occultist. Like I'm really just trying to do a stealth. The flavors, like I think that he feels like maybe like this kind of smoke swirling around him
Sure.
makes him a little more quiet and concealed.
Mm.
There's no game mechanical thing for that, but
Cool.
flavor. Okay, so I'm gonna roll stealth. 2 6s.
Okay, yeah, you're in.
Okay, so I go walking in this kitchen door.
Yeah.
And I imagine he was shouting so I could hear him.
Oh yeah,
talking to
you can
Klaus.
definitely hear them shouting at each other. You probably can recall the door that he walked out of earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go walk in there. Klaus probably sees me like creeping behind in the house.
No, I don't think so. I
No?
think Klaus
Okay.
is kind of in rage mode right now.
Astra probably has noticed.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go walking in there.
A young, a girl, maybe 16 years old, is sitting up in bed. The covers clutched underneath her chin as she hears the shouting. Well, what's going on? Who are you?
I would like to
Dad?
smile and immediately try like I want to appear not threatening. Is there like something I can roll for that?
Yeah,
Don't
it's
lead
called.
with the I would like to smile. Don't lead with that if you want to appear non-threatening.
I want to smile like a psychopath and be non-threatening.
All three of the women here were just like, nope.
I appear in the room
Smile.
and I just go, "Hey, it's fine." It should be like, "Oh shit, sorry."
So I'm gonna flick out the crystal ball and like I'm gonna roll out my fingers and like the smoke swirling around is gonna kind of like turn to more of like this shimmer that kind of
It's not
dissipates.
helping.
And I'm just gonna give like a warm smile and be like,
A magic man's in my room, Dad.
"Your father's just having an argument. Are you ready?"
You're gonna need to roll me something, man, to make.
Yeah, what do you want me to roll?
Manipulate?
What's the non-creepy? What's the check to be non-creepy?
Is there
I think
one?
it's
I
gonna
think
be.
Octavian is failing.
I think it's an empathy.
Is it like inspiration, manipulation, or anything?
I don't know. Are you trying to manipulate her into not shouting? Or are you trying
Seems
to
like
make...
manipulation.
Okay, manipulate
Yeah.
away, bud.
Yeah.
This is
being a bit of a
fine.
creep.
Everything's fine.
That's 3 successes.
Stories.
No, wait, only 2. Wrong
Okay.
game. 2 6.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't scream. Who's she mad at?
Oh, somebody at the door giving him a bit of an upset. Me and him were speaking earlier. I just have some questions for you about the graveyard.
I don't like talking about it.
I wouldn't either. I know it's quite frightening. You see, though, I'm here to help the doctor and put this all to rest so that it happens to no one else.
I already already told the doctor what happened.
Unfortunately, the doctor doesn't want to share his information at the moment, and so I'm trying to gather it from other people. I'm so sorry to put you through it again.
Okay.
I've been through some frightening things myself, and I understand how hard it is to talk about, but if you do
Yeah?
get solved, that makes you a hero.
Did you wake up to someone cutting open your stomach? Was that what the terrible thing that happened to you?
He's gonna like look real serious down at the ground. I woke up to my mother's dead face.
Just starts crying.
There.
There. He said.
Did you think that was gonna help, Octavian?
No, he didn't.
Did you think that was gonna help the situation?
No, absolutely not.
It just traumatized her one step further?
I just have a couple questions, and then we'll wrap this up.
I want to talk to my dad.
Oh, he'll be with you shortly. Were you sick before this happened?
No.
So no sickness whatsoever. And was there anybody near you when you woke up at the graveyard?
Dad!
He's gonna kind of sigh and roll his eyes.
Oh my god.
This is not gonna go well.
No.
Yeah, the man's gonna break away from I'm assuming he's still shouting at Klaus.
I would imagine so. I
Yeah.
think we're just yelling at each other.
Yeah, just shouting.
It hasn't gone to blows yet, has
No,
it?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Astrid's doing like trying to get between them, but like it's not working very
Kind
well.
of like,
Yeah, that.
At the call from his daughter, he turns around. Are you fully in the room, or can you be seen from? Are you in the doorway, Octavian?
No, I'm all the way in.
Okay.
Wait.
oh my goodness.
He's
this
gonna
is so
say,
bad.
"I'll be just a minute, Letty.
So,
I will handle you later." And he slams the door on Klaus.
Klaus will shout, "I'm ready to handle you now. If you were half a man, you would be out here right now and finish what you started."
Roll me a manipulation,
Oh, all right.
because maybe he will. Maybe he will come fight
Maybe
you right
he
now.
will.
Man, we're graceful, guys.
This is so. Nope.
That's okay. Klaus is mostly just shouting.
He
My
throws a
goodness.
foul word in your direction and slams the door. Octavian, you hear the thunderous footsteps of an enraged father come to the doorway of his daughter's room, only to behold a strange man there.
I just have to ask, is Chase he's better with kids than Octavian, right? I really hope so, right?
Yes.
This is not a real life representation.
This is not a real life representation.
No.
Yeah, this guy's gonna just straight up just howl with rage and attack you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Astra's running to the kitchen door because she knows it's unlocked, and she's gonna run through it all worried and oh no, this is bad. This is bad.
I think Klaus takes a moment, is straightening his jacket again and is still muttering to himself, and then kind of looks and realizes that Astra's jetting around the corner and that Octavian is not there. So he'll follow after Astra.
So
All right.
What do I have to do here?
So you I just messed up my thing. Okay, this is gonna be close combat. Oh boy. Well, I believe how it works in the system. Feel free to correct me because it's been a fat minute. We are gonna make opposing rolls.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Okay. I am almost to his stats.
Just if we're entering proper combat, then basically we each have 2 actions, and Chase can use his reaction to try to dodge.
Thank you. That is
so
correct.
Chooses.
So there's the fast and the slow actions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to try to dodge.
Okay.
What do I roll
Good.
for that?
Agility.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's not a good one. Yeah, that's a big old 0 successes there.
Okay. Close combat 3. Well, luckily, he also rolled a 0. So you're stumbling back and he's just throwing haymakers. And what would you like to do for your slow action?
Okay, I mean, I'm just gonna kind of step back. Now, I'm just asking some questions. Do you want to look a brute in front of your daughter?
I'll look a hero in front of my daughter. She's sobbing, and he's still coming at you.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna try to dodge. I'm just gonna keep talking down to him.
Okay, sounds good. He misses again on his turn.
How long does it take for us to get there?
I'm gonna say one more attack. I believe they're 3-second rounds, not like the full 6-second rounds. Still,
Did your mother
enormous.
teach you that attacking a man that was doing you no harm was being a hero?
Trespassing is harm.
You were distracted shouting at my colleague.
You can't possibly think you're in the right here, Octavian.
Oh my gosh. I do have one more thing to add for the dodge reaction.
Yeah.
You do have to declare if you want to use it before you know if their attack is going to land.
Okay.
Just as an FYI.
Awesome. I'm doing nothing else. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys arrive to a sobbing girl huddled underneath like the covers of her bed, and Octavian scolding a man for trying to hit him. How would you like to handle that situation?
Astra would like to go over to the girl, like rush past the angry people and like just start comforting her and just a type like, well, she wouldn't touch her yet. She would sit down next to her and be like, don't cry. It's going to be okay. I'm sorry. They're all such brutes. Can I...
Dad, there's more people in the house!
Yeah, this one's probably a bust.
Sorry. I will, or is Astra gonna roll?
Would you like to roll something?
Roll an empathy to try to calm her?
Go ahead, man.
I'd like to do this thing. 2 6s.
2 6s?
Oh, nice.
Okay, so she starts settling down and looks at you. I want you guys to leave.
We'll do that.
Please.
We
Can you just leave?
Yeah.
Octavian.
I'm gonna try to. I think Klaus kind of takes a beat in the doorway and sees Astra go to the girl, and I think he hears her say like, "They're all brutes," and he just like feels crushed.
Oh.
And so he just like rushes to Octavian and is trying to like basically grab and transport out. Get him out of the room. I don't know if Octavian is going to resist or not, but
he'll come with you.
okay, he's just gonna basically drag Octavian out. And like he's not trying to engage the man, but he's trying to like like, Kay, we're leaving kind of thing.
Yeah, you
There are
guys.
bodies at that graveyard that aren't meant to be there. It'll be on your hands.
Octavian, stop.
What? Why?
Because information is crucial and you're holding it from us.
Get out of my house!
You made me go and upset the girl. She could have been useful.
You could have talked to anyone else.
Can I shove Octavian out the door?
Absolutely.
Like, I just want to shove this stupid guy out into the garden.
You guys stumble out onto the street, and you can see from across the street the man who owns the grocer just laughing his ass off.
Who?
But
the grocery man.
The
our
Why is he
housekeeper.
always here?
he's across the street, but he's laughing.
This is the DMPC who gets to commentate on everything we do.
Astra is apologizing to the man and the daughter and Letty.
Tavian looks back at her and looks to Klaus.
I'm so very
She's better than us
sorry.
both, you know.
Klaus doesn't say anything. He looks furious still. And he like refuses to meet your eye. He's just not even looking at you.
He's not looking at you either. He's just kind of looking around.
Where do you guys go next?
I think his fists are balled too. He would deck Octavian right now if it wouldn't upset Astra.
That's such a good idea, and you two went and like
Sorry.
aggroed everything. And I'm
You
like,
two is a strong word.
never mind.
Woo!
Okay.
Come back here.
Okay, when we get back together, I think Klaus will actually, while we're waiting for Astra, who's like kind of doing the PR apology, he's I want to interact with my memento.
Sure.
I can do this as many times as I want to.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So my memento is a hip flask. So I pull that flask off my hip, which seems appropriate for the situation too.
Mhm.
And he just takes a big swig of whatever's in there. Octavian, you've probably seen him do this before.
Mhm.
And then he like takes a deep breath and reads the inscription on it, like brushes his finger over it and then puts it back on his hip. And when Astra gets back, he says, well, I think we've terrorized this town enough. Perhaps we should just go look at the unmarked grave.
My past pushed me to poor decision making. I apologize. I almost had the information.
Klaus is looking only at Astra. I lost my composure. I apologize as well, and I'm sorry you had to witness such an improper exchange.
Oh, everybody gets heightened emotions. It wasn't the best thing, I would say.
I promise it will not happen again.
Sure, of course.
I cannot make such a promise, but I can tell you that I will try to respect your opinions. And we should let you take the lead in the future. I'm sure you would have handled it much better.
Try to, he says. If you think that's the way to handle it.
He's going to look towards Klaus and kind of eye the flask. The liquid will not drown the demons, you know. It will only create more. Let us go to the grave.
Klaus absolutely glowers at you as you guys walk away.
Astra's bringing up the rear. She's always in the back.
So then Octavian starts walking away, and
Yeah.
Klaus is just like fists again.
Klaus, I know he's well.
You don't have to stick up for such a monster, Astra. You shouldn't have to do that. You already work for free. You don't have to cover up for him for free.
Well, he's not bad.
He'll turn to you. He just terrorized a young girl in her own bedroom.
He forgets his manners, I suppose. Sometimes.
How can you forget something you don't have?
We should catch up, I think.
Right. Okay. He starts to offer his arm, but then like isn't sure. He sort of halfway does it, and
she just does the neck rub.
The no thanks.
Like, oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Let's go.
Yes.
It's pretty easy to find the graveyard with the map, though it is through a winding trail of trees. These trees are humongous, towering over you like giants. with nearly naked fingers splayed across the sky. As you reach this graveyard, you realize that it's not set up in nice, neat rows. This is a graveyard for several generations of people who've lived here at Mill Creek. And it's scattered about. The stones, some covered in moss, some newer than others, most marked with names, but not all. And following the map that you have, you find one on the very edge of the graveyard, unmarked, just a simple stone.
Octavian, you'll be there first, just kind of gonna stare at it.
I suppose we'll follow up a few moments later.
Okay. What would you like to do here?
Do you think it would be beneficial for us to dig this up?
Let's maybe not lead with that.
Any other ideas?
I mean, Klaus, I guess we'll just start looking around it. Like, he'll just try and get closer to it and kind of examine the stone closer and
Sure.
whatever's around it. This is not his thing, so if anyone who's better at observation wants to take the lead, that's fine. Okay.
Now there is an observation, and then that's empathy based, and I think it's vigilance is probably
okay. Then I am good at
or
this.
investigation. Sorry, investigation.
Well, I'm not
because you're trying to figure something out around this location.
I'm also good at that.
I'm happy to help anyone who would like to take the lead.
Octavian's gonna look to Astra.
Her eyes get wide. What?
Follow your intuition.
I don't think my intuition's that good.
He's gonna go to put like a hand on your shoulder, and then he pauses and awkwardly pulls it back. You're going to be the one to solve this, not us.
She'll just go looking.
I think Klaus is not really observing the grave because he's like looking down and then just keeps like glancing back up at them.
She like flinches away from him a lot.
That does not help things.
Yeah, no, Klaus
really doesn't.
Klaus is thoroughly convinced that Octavian mistreats you horribly.
She doesn't help the situation.
No.
You said it was an investigation, yeah?
Yeah.
Can I help? Do you feel like I'm helping, or do you feel like this is Astron?
I don't know. Are you staring at her? Or are you actually looking around?
Well, once she finally looks around, I think Klaus is going to do his best to help her. So like once she separates herself from Octavian, then he's gonna be on it.
Okay. So
Octavian's gonna start picking up like pebbles and dirt and random plants around here and just putting them in the cooking pot.
So not helping.
No.
So you get a +1 dice.
+1 dice?
Yeah.
Sweet. Let me add
To
it.
your pool.
That is 6 dice. That is 3 6s.
Nice.
Oof. All right. This is not an ancient grave. This is one that's maybe been around longer than like a month. It's not fresh by any means, but it's the grass hasn't fully grown over it. Though the earth is definitely well packed down. There's no even sign of any sort of name ever being scratched on the surface of this stone. It's empty.
It's not an old grave. It's but there's not much here. I don't know.
Can we be both looking around the grave and have that awkward moment where we both reach to like brush the dirt off the gravestone and our hands touch, and then we're just like terribly unsure about what to do, and this is uncomfortable.
Absolutely. And she'll start explaining it while that's happening. Like
And it's
their
Octavian
hands touch.
drizzling dirt into a pot in the background.
What is this triangle? I don't know.
It's not a triangle.
It's not a triangle.
It's not a triangle.
It's the
Yeah,
hexagon of awkwardness.
Yeah. Klaus is just like nodding kind of like at your every word like oh yes, right.
Octavian would have. Did Octavian tell Astra about the different commands that were leading up?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of she glances over to Octavian, being weird. One of Octavian's dreams was, "Why haven't you found me yet?" Maybe this is the finding, but I don't know if we should dig it up or.
Who has the best learning?
Mine is 5 dice total.
How does Astra have the most learning? All she does is read, I guess.
She's the best of all of us. I keep
OPOP.
saying it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a learning check, Astra.
1-6.
Okay, that's enough. Between his dreams and the unmarked grave and the possession-like situation of the village where people are showing up here, you're pretty sure that this is a ghost, like like a restless spirit.
It could be a restless spirit. I think it is, and it wants to be found and maybe acknowledged.
Speak that confidently. You are speaking such wisdom right now, Astra.
Oh,
Can't you see it?
Let
Raise your
her-
shoulders up.
Let her speak, Octavian. If you weren't always speaking over her, perhaps she could speak up.
It's okay. But we could try checking death records around missing people.
You think we need to find the identity of this
Yeah.
person?
I think that they want. Yes, that's what I think.
Yes, I agree. I think we need to name the grave.
M just shrugged, which makes me not confident. I don't know.
I think she's like, Octavian's full of shit. I think that's what that's saying.
I mean, we need to grab salt and fire, and we need to dig up the grave and gasoline and
Gasoline.
Yes, perhaps death or missing persons records. Is there like an any kind of gravekeeper or like
You know that local
groundskeeper?
doctors would take care of that sort of thing. They're like the
Well,
mortician and all that.
It seems all trails lead back to the doctor.
Okay. So we could go. We'll just be careful.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep our distance from.
Nerds with
Yeah.
Dice just rated us. Thank you so
hi,
much.
Nerds with Dice.
Hello.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
All right. So I'm
To
gonna
the doctor.
Yeah.
To the infirmary.
The walk back to the doctor's is much quicker, and as you approach this run-down building, it does not have nearly the same amount of care as the first house you visited. You can hear the moans of the sick and injured inside, and there's the front door, and there's also what looks to be a door off to the side. I actually have a map for this one.
Look at you all prepared.
So ready.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wow, that's not very many beds. I
It's
guess you did
not-
say this was a really small
This is a
town.
really small town.
And this is the infirmary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So which door are we approaching?
Which door would you like to approach?
Is there one that looks like civilians would approach from?
Yeah, it's where the larger portion of the home is, so the square one up top.
Okay.
All right, let's do that one.
Approach from there.
Okay, you guys knock, and you hear, "I'll be a minute," and the door opens rather quickly, and a kid's standing there, and he's got just like a cloth wrapped around his face, and just a quiet, "Hi."
Hello.
Oh no.
Is the physician in?
Yeah.
Could you go fetch him for us, please?
Sure, do you want to come in? There's benches. And he points down towards by the fire where there are benches.
He's gonna look back to the other two.
There
I
are
think perhaps best we stay outside.
all of these beds are filled with people, and there's curtains pulled around them. There's, from what you can see of one person, they're just drenched with sweat.
I've
Yes.
recently learned about social distancing, so I think I'm gonna stay
I was
outside.
thinking about that, and I was
Wait
like,
out
oh,
here."
this is convenient. He's in these COVID times. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And then you hear a, "What have I told you, Robbie?" And no opening the door. And the doctor comes out, and he's wearing like a full-on plague doctor's mask as he comes striding through with his huge doctor's jacket, and he pushes through the front door and shuts it behind him. "Quite sorry about that." And he pulls it off to reveal a round, friendly face with tired eyes. What can I do for you? I don't recognize your faces."
We were sent by your son, Dr. John Olson.
Don't believe his son was a doctor.
Didn't he introduce?
He
introduced
literally
himself.
said he was a doctor to
Yeah,
you, Chase.
yeah, okay.
Oh, did he? Never
He was
mind.
like, "I can't leave my practice behind."
Don't say never mind.
Octavian's
That's very
actually the
on brand.
worst.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Very
it's true.
off-brand.
Probably accurate.
Astra's like, Octavian, he is.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
We have some questions for you. We're investigating what's been happening around town.
Why isn't my son here? I need another doctor. Are you doctors?
Of
In a
sorts.
sense.
Now, we don't believe that sleepwalking is tied to illness. Can you tell us why you think it is?
Because there's illness going around.
But many of the victims of the sleepwalking were not ill.
Is that so? They had at least something. I just assumed that, when someone gets sick, not everyone always has all the same symptoms.
Is that a diagnosis of yours that you use? Something.
I don't know what to call it.
So you call it something and then assume that it's an illness.
Klaus will kind of put his arm up on Octavian.
Excuse me, sir.
Moves his arms so fast.
Oh, like flinching away?
Yeah, like he
Oh,
doesn't like he seems really uncomfortable about that.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I don't have time for these
please,
strange
sir,
accusations.
I apologize on behalf of my colleague. We are simply here to assist the town, and we were hoping you could fill us in with some additional information, please.
Ask quickly. It is freezing out here. Or better yet, come into the back.
Is
and
it
he'll open the
safe
door.
there?
It should be safe everywhere. There, it's fine.
Is that another diagnosis?
Puts his mask
Should
on.
be?
Alright, he takes his mask off again. Sir, do we have a problem?
No,
I simply think it would be safer to discuss out here, and I think a little chill will not harm any of us.
All right, I will start. The sleepwalking happens strangely once a week. It is true, it could possibly not be related, but it is odd timing considering the sickness cropped up at that time.
Who has the map of the graveyard?
I'm assuming Astra.
Astra, could you show this man the map that our earlier acquaintance drew for us?
Yeah. Here.
Do you
Okay.
know whose gravestone that is? It's unmarked.
Why do you ask?
We have our own reasons for our investigation.
You said my son sent you?
He did. He's a smart man.
I
hope it
know.
runs in the family.
Did he give us the letter? John? Did
John
give
did give
us
you a
his-
letter. Would
I'll
you
produce it.
All right. Yeah. You guys pop up this letter and hand it over to him, and he sighs and rolls it up tightly. I was really hoping he would come. I need a doctor, not a few people playing detective. Yes, someone did die. We didn't have his name, so we couldn't bury him with a name, unfortunately.
What were the circumstances of this death?
He was in town for business.
And he died? Here?
Yes, he was ill. He was complaining of stomach pains, and unfortunately, I was not able to save him. Who has the highest observation?
Not me.
Got
It's Astra.
Astra, go ahead and roll for me.
I have 5.
Oh, you guys are observant.
Winners.
Oh, are you twinners? Both roll.
Yeah.
Listen, give me someone to shoot, and then I can start rolling lots of dice.
A doctor standing right in front of you.
1.
Maybe don't.
1.
1.
He is wringing his mask a little bit, like he has it in both hands, and he's just fidgeting.
Astrid looks over at Octavian to see if he's gonna talk again.
Yeah, he's not. He's staring at him very intensely, just like kind of how he does with Klaus sometimes.
I have patients that I need to get back to.
You seem nervous, sir.
Well, yes, I have many people's lives on.
Why did you let that man die?
Excuse me?
It's
No.
threatening the safety of the entire town, possibly. So I think you should share it with us.
I did not let a man die. I did everything that I could under the circumstances.
What were those circumstances?
Unexpected, no real diagnosis, no history.
Can I try to use my magic tricks here? I want to try to could manipulation be like kind of like a trying to scare him a little bit?
Sure.
No.
Okay.
This party has a one-track mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
No,
like,
Octavian has a one-track mind.
Astra was gonna try and talk, and then that all happened. So you know,
is Astra doing anything about it? She's like, actually,
she
kinda wants to
keeps
speak up.
going.
I think he'll take notice of it after last time, and he's like rolling the crystal ball, and his fingers kind of glaring at the sky, and then he'll pause. Astra, why don't you ask your questions for the man?
I do not have to stand for this. I have people who need my help.
No.
Sir, we'll just need a moment more of your time.
A moment. And then you'll have to come in to speak with me.
Of course. You're very busy. I don't want to. I'm not accusing you of anything horrible, but do you feel guilty about his death?
Observation checks.
I'm gonna do that again.
Yes.
Can I just roll empathy? Just
Sure.
to see?
Yeah. I heard a 2, a 1.
Got a 6.
You got a 1? Okay, perfect.
Got 1.
All right, yeah. So you guys you can see him just visibly pale, and he sputters, and he says, I did everything I could under the circumstances.
Okay.
And that was your last question. I am going back inside.
We could ease your guilt.
I'm listening.
Tell us the circumstances. Your son sought us out because we have unique skill set, one that might be able to help clear your conscience. But we need you to share every little detail that you can. I'm sorry for the accusation. Astra here has a better sense than I do. We're just here to help.
I could lose my license over this. So please understand that discretion is key.
If it means getting the information we need, then we will not report it. Is that right, Klaus?
I had been drinking the night the man came in. He was in excruciating pain, holding his stomach. I immediately assumed appendicitis and that the operation had to be performed immediately. The cut, the line that everyone's been reporting, I cut too wide, too far, too deep. My hand was shaking. I wouldn't normally operate under these kinds of circumstances, of course. I wouldn't. But it was his life on the line already. And so I thought I had to try something.
You did all you could. Sometimes our hands fail us. Now, Astra, do we tell this man what we're dealing with? Are you a superstitious fellow?
How could I not be after all this?
Good, that will help.
I was calling my son here so he could take over the practice, so that I could turn myself in, or at least talk to the family about what happened. That's why I needed him here.
So you know the family?
No, I don't. I don't know the family. I would have to find them. But this thing, or I'd have to go apologize to it. It's gonna take someone else tomorrow night, and it had to be me. But everyone's so sick. And he waves a hand towards the infirmary door. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the right thing is to do.
I think it's going to need to involve apologizing, though we could try something else first. Do you know anybody who the man might have told his name to? You know what business he was here on?
I have a box with his coat.
Maybe his name's in the coat.
He'll go and he'll get the coat and bring it back out. And when he steps back outside, you can see his eyes are red. It looks like he maybe took a moment to compose himself inside. His hands tighten on the coat for a moment, and he looks up at you all. I was going to return this to the family.
If we can't figure this out by tomorrow night, you need to be ready to join us.
Well, if tomorrow night happens, I'm just going to be standing on that grave.
Is it tomorrow? Is it tonight?
It's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Very well. We'll meet you there if it comes to that. We'll try to figure this out.
Okay.
Get rid of the bottle and forgive yourself.
I don't know if that's one of the things that you can forgive. And he passes the jacket over to Astra.
Astra will take it and kind of grab his hand before he pulls away, and she'll look up at him. But sometimes our hands are not our own. So it's time to forgive, maybe.
The hand is mine. Every time I pick up that scalpel, responsibility comes along with it. And he'll pull his hand back. And if there is absolutely nothing else, good day.
Perhaps I can be of some minor assistance here just for a little while. You see, I was in the military. I do have some medical training myself.
I would appreciate it. It's just wiping them down, keeping them cool, holding a bucket for when they need it. I could use a moment's rest.
Klaus will look at Astra and then at Octavian and then back at Astra. Do you think you will be able to carry on without me for a few hours.
Yeah, we can do that. Be careful.
Will you? And he'll glance at Octavian. Will you be all right?
Oh, yes, I'll be fine.
I'll be fine as long as she is present. She's not the one you need to worry about.
Just like shift eyes over at him.
Why does he say these things?
Why does he say shit like that?
Klaus will
Hate it
just
so
look at
much.
you for a moment and then back at Astra, and he'll say, if you do need any help, Astra, you know where I will be.
Right.
And I can come right away if you need me for anything.
Of course. And you should be careful with all of these sick patients. And she'll pull out like a kerchief. It's not laced or anything. It's just this kerchief that you can tie around your face, and she's gonna hand it to Klaus. Just to it for safety, you know.
He'll take it like with both hands, like very like, you know, like thank you, and thank you.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I should
we should go with the
Perhaps,
yes.
given the circumstances, a trade should be in order for the kerchief, and he's going to glance down at the flask.
Oh, Octavia, we should
A
go,
trade.
Octavian.
Perhaps you should leave that.
Perhaps you should stick your nose in your own business instead of everyone else's.
I'm sorry, though I just believe that we heard a spirit was angered by being slain while under the effects of that demon liquid on your hip.
And I'm sure
It is not the liquid that's my demon.
If
And
you're
he'll
certain.
just turn. He'll just turn and leave.
You open the door, and the little kid grabs your hand immediately and pulls you inside. Will you play with me for just a minute?
I will
I'm
have
so
tied
bored.
the kerchief on my face, by the way.
I'm so bored.
Let me. I should check in with the doctor first, and
Okay, I'll color, and then when you're done, we can talk and play.
right. Okay.
My name's Robbie.
Excellent. I'm Klaus.
I'm 5.
I see. Right then. Where did the doctor go?
Is your favorite word?
Klaus starts looking around nervously. Is the doctor
The
here
doctor is
somewhere?
there. He'll point to like a bucket with like cool water from the river to start
Okay.
wiping people's faces down.
Okay.
Okay.
Klaus will just. Do I need to roll, or can I just kind of do?
You can
stuff,
just do your
or-
stuff. That's
okay.
fine. To Astra and Octavian, are you guys doing anything in particular?
Your instincts have
looking-
not led us astray yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Really quick. I want to give Robbie my compass to play with.
Oh, he's coloring.
Oh well, but he was like, "Play with me." So
Sure,
when
sure.
he gets bored, inevitably, I will give him my compass to play with.
Cool.
We should look at the inside of the coat if he was well, here on business. She starts looking inside the coat to see if there's anything like stitched into it.
There is something in the pocket.
I would like to pull it out.
It is a journal.
Oh, she'll just hand it to Octavian.
There is no name in it, but there is an address. And Octavian, as you flip through the journal, you get to the final entry. Boom! We got another pop-up.
Oh, let's look at that. Are you gonna-
I'll read it.
Okay.
August 31st. I have successfully bartered trade with the good people of Milcrete. Katja was a pleasure to work with. They'll be sending lumber in 2 weeks' time. If only my blasted stomach would settle. Perhaps they'll see to the infirmary before taking the barge home.
We need to find someone named Katja.
Maybe the shopkeep knows.
Let's go ask.
Maybe it is the shopkeep.
Klaus fancies you, you know.
Oh shit!
No.
I can't witness this with my naked eyes. Oh shit!
No.
I think it best after the job if you two address it, just so it avoids any discomfort in the future.
She just looks down. We should talk to the shopkeep.
Indeed. I also need to discuss with him about touching me. That's something I suppose we have not discussed yet.
Of course.
With the shopkeep?
Not Klaus.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy is out front again. He has produced a rocking chair that you're pretty sure you've never seen before, and he has his feet up on the railing, and he's rocking at like an extremely vigorous pace.
Gracious host, we're looking for somebody by the name of Katja.
What's it to ya?
He's just gonna stare at him.
I've already given you free room and board, and you won't pay to look at my books.
Astra's gonna dig around and pull out a couple of coins. I have this.
They're right about you, Astra. And he'll lean forward and just like at a shocking pace, lean over the railing and grab it out of your hands.
Oh.
And he tucks them both into his empty eye socket. And he
This guy has
says,
the worst kind of wallet.
and he says, you are the best of them. And he leans
Do you
back.
hear everything we discuss?
Catcher's over at the mill. You know,
Think...
where they saw up the logs and then they throw them into the river and the river carries them down.
We know what a mill is, thank you.
You do. You're
I'm
rather
gonna turn away
learned.
and just start walking away.
Thank you for your description. I'm assuming Octavian's still walking away. What does Katja look like?
Oh, you won't miss her.
Okay. She'll hurry off after Octavian.
Heading
Hey,
to the mill.
yeah, you guys get there after not too long, but it does take you a minute to walk there. I'm gonna flip back to Klaus for a minute.
Okay.
Klaus,
Mhm.
Robbie is demanding your attention now.
My compass has failed me.
Well, yeah, it has definitely.
Okay.
I
All right.
want to show you my picture.
Have I kind of like? Is this a moment that I could pause my?
You
Okay.
wiped everyone down.
yeah.
They have a minute to spare.
Is the doctor kind of chilling for a moment? Because
He's-
that's mostly what I wanted to give him a moment to rest.
He seemed really reluctant to leave, but if you insisted he go rest, then he will.
Okay. All right, I'll go off with Robbie.
Look at my picture.
Oh gosh, this child is going to show me some freaking scary picture.
This is the town, and the river, and the graveyard, and these are the bloody footprints.
I knew it.
The picture's very lovely.
Bloody, what?
Yeah.
Bloody footprints?
Uh-huh.
Why did you draw those?
Well, because that's where the guy comes every Tuesday.
Have you seen?
Yeah. He comes and then he stares at the doctor. I watched through the door, and then he goes to another house and makes someone else go visit his home.
Robbie,
Yeah.
have you seen a lot of strange things?
I'm not supposed to talk about it. Mom
okay.
says it's not good to lie.
You can talk about it with me.
Are you
I won't tell her.
Really?
Once I saw... Can I tell him? I don't want to tell him about my dark secret.
Sure.
Like someone else did, traumatizing a child. But I want to whatever I saw with Veta,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, I'll just tell him like I once saw an old hag or whatever.
Yeah. There's not a hag, but there's a nice green lady, and she's got bark on her skin, and she takes care of the woods, and we just have to make sure that we don't make her mad. So yeah, I see her sometimes.
Yes. Have you ever spoken to this man?
No. His mouth's all rotted. It's gross. I don't want to talk to him.
Yes, perhaps you shouldn't. Does he go to other people's houses?
Yeah, look! I put red doors where his blood stained it.
Are these the people?
Yeah, these are the 5 people who've been taken.
I see. Where do you think he might go next?
There's only a few houses left that he hasn't visited. Maybe he'll take the doctor next. He's always staring at the doctor.
Does he appear angry when he stares at the doctor?
How do you know if someone's mad if they don't really have a face?
That's a good question. Boomer doesn't know either.
Hello, Boomer.
Well, Robbie, oh man, I don't know what to do with this. Does the society have a card or some kind of contact or like anything like that?
How
did we get into the society?
I think that you guys probably were approached by somebody who's like, you've seen things, haven't you?
Yeah.
Join the society.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I have like a contact name for that person or like somehow to get in touch with them.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna say
it's like headquarters.
Yeah. I'm gonna just say, Robbie, when you grow up.
I'm not gonna grow up.
Well, okay, when you get bigger and stronger. Because you will. You should go looking for this person, and they could use your talents.
Okay. He wipes his coughed on hand on your leg, and then he goes back to playing with your compass.
Do I get a plague doctor mask?
Yeah, did you
Can
ask?
I be wearing one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, you can wear a plague doctor mask.
Absolutely. Okay.
You're gonna scare that hell out of Astra later. It's fine.
Well, I'm not gonna wear it out of the infirmary.
Okay.
But I do want to. We don't have to. We can switch back over to them if you want. But I do want to talk to the doctor before I leave here.
Okay. Let's do switch back over. So Octavian and Astra, you're walking up to the mill and you see just this. Think Zarya from Overwatch. Thick, strong woman with flaming red curls and a cloud around her head and like a scar that runs across her chest, and she's wearing she's wearing man's clothing and trousers that are like more like overalls and just down to business, yelling commands and throwing logs like they weigh nothing.
Looking for Katja.
And you found her! What can I do for you?
Yes, I'm hoping you can give us a bit of information about a journal I found.
A journal? And she walks over and she just grabs Astra's hand and shakes it so firmly. You're just so nice, so pretty. What is your name, little thing?
Astra.
Astra! And she turns and goes to grab Octavian's hand.
Yeah, he's gonna like jump back. Put his hands behind.
I don't bite, little guy.
He's gonna hold out the journal. Can you just please take a look at this?
She flips it back and she looks at it. August 31st. This is the Tuesday before all the weird things started happening.
Yes, I need to know who placed this order with you, or who made this arrangement.
Right. We still haven't gotten payment for that wood we sent.
So I imagine you have records for it?
Of course I do. I have impeccable records.
Can we see those records, please?
Can I get a handshake?
I think it's in your best interest if you don't.
Okay, Mr. Mysterious. I like that. And she gives you a broad wink, and then heads immediately.
A wink back.
Yes. And then she'll turn and head back towards like a small office that's attached to the mill. Let's see here. Invoice. All right. Mr. McAvoy. Ian McAvoy.
Ian McAvoy. He's going to look towards Astra. Did you have something to say? You looked like you had a thought.
No.
Did you want to
Are you
squeeze
sure?
one? And she flexes a bicep and leans down so you can touch it if you want.
Oh,
That's a strange request.
she'll. No, that.
First time someone's told me no.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Are
Do we
you
need
calling me a
anything else here,
liar?
Astra? No, not at all.
Well, you're gonna take care of this, right? The invoice for Ian?
We'll find somebody to.
All right.
How much money is it?
It's a lot of money. It's a big invoice. It's for like building an entire building.
Oh.
Um,
Other thoughts, Astra? Are you sure? Feel confident if you have something.
Does Mr. McAvoy have a business that maybe we could contact? In your records, does it show?
A good question.
Just starts going through. I got an address.
I'll take the address, and we could send a letter there and get your payment taken care of.
Sure. All right. Yeah. I mean, I've sent a letter, obviously.
Of
Have you?
course.
I've been real busy. I've been meaning to do it.
I'll make sure that it's done for you.
All right. Just yeah. All right. You're
You
so
have a heart
nice.
of gold, Astra.
Doesn't she?
I'll just take the address down now.
You look at the address, and it's the same one that's on the inside of the book.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me know if you ever want to touch these. And she flexes again.
Of course.
We'll be going, thank you. He's gonna turn and walk away.
She'll like just cast her gaze down, nod, and then follow.
Okay.
What do you think here? I think we need to inscribe the name on the headstone. Perhaps move the debts to the doctor to have them covered.
Oh, yes, yeah.
He wants to make amendments. This could be one way to do it.
Yes.
The address in the book matches the address of who's to settle the debts, which could mean it's his family being left with the debts, and I don't think that we want to leave them with the debts.
No, probably not. But it could also just be his company.
It could be. Shall we go bring this information to Klaus?
Yes.
Yeah, head back to the infirmary.
Okay. A rap at the door, Klaus.
Yeah. Can I have spoken to the doctor before?
Oh
this?
yes, let's do that.
Yeah. I just it doesn't have to be a big deal. I just after I've kind of taken care of things and we maybe have like a second of downtime, I'll just walk back over and sit with him.
So you walk. Let me pop this back up. You walk through the door towards that surgery table between his room and the other one, and the doctor's standing there with his hand on the surgery table with just like a face of just deep regret. And you see a ghostly figure standing behind him with a hand on his shoulder.
Oh. Okay. Does it sound like the red footprint man that Robbie described? How does this ghost look?
Just you can barely see it. It's just like a
Okay.
shimmering outline.
Okay. Can I see the hand very well at all, or is it kind of the same, like same kind of shimmering? Okay. You his death still haunts you.
It's just not right. I should report it. I was going to report it. Just after we had someone to take care of the sick.
Nothing will ever make it right.
But that is the right thing to do. You make the report, and then they do an inquiry, and then someone else besides myself decides how at fault I am.
It would be nice if that is always how it worked.
That's the way it should work. I'm a man of honor, Klaus.
I don't have any words that will make this better. And if there are words that make such a thing better, I'm still looking for them myself. But from my perspective, it sometimes no longer matters what's right. It's just about carrying on because it's your job. And there would be no one else to do it if you were not here.
He nods and brushes away a tear.
In that way, I suppose you are paying the price by living and continuing.
Keeping others alive. I'll never touch a bottle again. Not unless there's someone else here.
Klaus will kind of passively run his hand over his own flask.
I hope you find out who he is. He deserves that much. His family deserves that much to know what happened to him.
I'm sure we will.
When you knocked on the door, I thought maybe you were his family, wondering where he was, and I thought maybe I'd learn his name. Say it for the first time.
We'll find it. And then you can have that much, at least.
Okay.
Obviously, in case everyone watching hasn't been able to tell yet, Klaus is not a feelings guy, but he'll just kind of go on the side that the ghost is not on, and just kind of put a hand on his shoulder and say, the hardest thing is waking up every morning and continuing on. But you have to do it.
You're too young to be speaking with such experience. But he nods in agreement. Of course. There is work always to be done. Squares his shoulders and heads back out to tend to his patients, leaving the shimmering figure behind him.
Does this just stay there?
Yeah. Its hand drops towards the table, where you imagine its body must have lain once. And then it turns and walks out, leaving footsteps of blood.
All right. I'll go answer the door then whenever they come back.
Okay. Yeah, it's done.
I will step outside and pull off my plague doctor mask.
Astra, were you startled?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, forgive me. I'm sorry.
No,
It's
I
to keep safe from.
yeah, I should have expected it.
Yeah. Yes. Did you find anything?
We did. His name actually it's Ian McAvoy.
Oh, dang. Could I? Well, either back when Robbie was talking to me or right now, can I ask him if he'll let me borrow his drawing?
Yes. Would you like
Okay.
me to pop that back up for you?
Sure. I just want to show it to them and basically relay what I've learned on my end.
Oh.
This young boy has the sight.
Indeed. Perhaps we should make our resources known to his mother as an
Indeed.
option.
Yes.
But that is another matter.
Are any of you good at stonework? We
Oh,
should engrave this name on the
I see.
gravestone.
I don't have the tools for that.
I'll bet our friend at the grocer might.
They'll probably try to charge us for it. Do we have any resources left?
As I told you before, I have come prepared. I can cover the cost, as I think these supplies might be vital to the mission.
Agreed. Oh, I need to speak with the doctor.
All right.
Would you mind heading in there with your mask and summoning him?
Okay. I will do that. Oh, and before we go out, I'll tell well, I guess I won't tell him the name yet, but I'll tell the doctor that we've found his name and
Oh,
are hoping to put him to rest.
yes. Let's go. Let's speak of this outside, perhaps. He hurries outside and immediately turns to Klaus. What is his name? What do we know of him?
Ian McAvoy.
Ian McAvoy.
Astra here found it.
We only have an address, so we know nothing more of him.
We also know he left a debt behind. A debt that I think would be beneficial if you could cover it.
Oh,
Consider it a recompense?
Recompense?
Recompense, thank you.
of course. Of course.
Did you run this idea by Klaus, or is this the first
I did.
that I'm here?
Uh,
Perhaps we should check into this address first before we just levy a massive debt onto this doctor.
I don't have much, but I would, any way that I can help out.
I can still write the letter first
Of course.
before.
Are you capable of covering this entire amount if it comes to it?
It's like a lot, right?
Yeah, I could. I already paid for my son's doctorate.
We will look into this ourselves. There's no need to jump to that yet. We still have the matter of the gravestone on hand.
Yes. I'm not an expert, but I know a little stoneworking. Enough to put a name.
Perhaps there would be some form of restitution in this act, Octavian.
Yes, I agree. An apology while you do it would be good.
Perhaps, Klaus, you could stay behind while I go do this. Care for the patients, make sure none of them worsen.
Yeah, is he kind of proposing to do this like now?
Now, yeah.
Okay. Is it still daytime?
It's actually late afternoon. The sun's starting to head downward, but you still have enough light. So maybe buy yourself a couple hours.
Okay. Yeah. I think Klaus is kind of leery of them going there after dark, but if I'll let them know that, I guess. He'll say, yes, I can watch until dark, but he'll glance at Astra. I don't know if it would be a good idea to be there after dark. I
It takes several hours.
We could be fine, and then you could join us because they'll probably be all asleep. So then you could come watch and help protect. If you
I will watch over the patients until dark, and then yes, and then I will come check on you.
Of course.
At that time.
Me or young Astra here?
I mean, you'll all be there
Everybody.
together, right?
Yes.
So the group.
The royal you, I understand.
It will be.
Has he turned into the shopkeeper? What is this?
That's not the shopkeeper's accent. Not his fault that you guys are painfully obvious.
Yes. Is there someone in town you would recommend perhaps watching over the infirmary after dark? Simply for safety's sake. Someone who could run and come get one of us if something were to happen.
Is it just basic needs that need to be done?
Perhaps we should just wait for tomorrow.
I think the sooner we can do this, the better.
We're not expecting anything terrible until Tuesday evening.
I'll always expect the unexpected.
Is that possible? I've never heard such a saying.
Can we create a new gravestone?
Interesting. I could carve it here. I see where you're going with this. Would that work? The spirit won't care?
I'll look at Octavian.
Can I roll?
I would love for someone to roll a learning.
I would love to roll a learning. Okay. That's none.
Push yourself. Push yourself.
I use my advantage for the session?
Did you get 3 successes, Katie?
Oh my, Astra's on fire.
Astra can roll 6 dice in learning.
Oh.
Okay. Astra.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me get you the details that you know about ghosts. Scrolly.
I actually don't think Octavian does this. I think he stares at Klaus the entire time.
But like not staring at someone.
I can't wait for this one shot to be over. Okay. So, the only way to banish a ghost is to find out what is keeping them from passing on and helping them resolve whatever unfinished business they have. So, that it's really up to interpretation of what the ghost may have wanted. That could be naming it. That could be bringing this man to justice. Whatever you try, you won't know until Tuesday night if it worked or not.
So we could there's lots of different things that we could
and then looks away from Klaus and looks at Astra.
She looks down as soon as Octavian looks away. I think I read about it. But I'll write a letter and send it. But he might want justice or his name. It's kind of a guess until Tuesday, whatever we do now. Well, but we could do... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I apologize, Astra. Excuse me one moment, and he'll step away from the doctor a couple paces. I saw him in the infirmary.
You saw him?
Yes. So perhaps we don't have to wait until Tuesday night to see. I don't know if he always appears there, but I saw him.
What was he doing?
It wouldn't be crazy. You don't have to say necessarily this is what the truth was, but it wouldn't be a crazy leap for Klaus to think the ghost was sad. right? Or like, did it, because it kind of like lingered there at the table. It had like its hand on the doctor's shoulder.
Yeah.
Like it didn't seem, at least to Klaus, it didn't seem
Yeah.
pissed and like he's trying to kill the doctor or
Mhm.
something. Okay. Yeah. So I'll describe that.
Oh,
Perhaps he just wants peace.
that sounds like that's what he wants. Then if that's
Perhaps-
what you thought.
Perhaps in a way the doctor also needs to let go.
That would make sense. For that to be the case. Have you talked to the doctor?
About seeing him or
About what have you talked to him about?
Just he seems really torn up about it. I let him know how that feeling just kind of never goes away.
But you told him it could at least fade, right?
Perhaps you can tell him that.
I could try. And we know his name. And maybe
Maybe carving this name will help.
I would hope.
I can do a repentance ritual with the doctor. Try to help him let go.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Are you a priest now?
No, but I get the gist of the ritual that they do.
Right.
It's not so much about the ritual itself. It's about getting them to let go.
Well, given his state, I imagine he would try just about anything.
Indeed.
Perhaps we start with the gravestone,
I think
And-
so.
then try whatever Octavian is proposing.
The repentance ritual.
I think they're both good ideas.
Astrid, like, now, everyone's smart. You guys are both good.
You agree with this, Astra?
Yes.
You understand you have not had an ill idea today.
Sure. So, she'll look at the doctor. So we could, you could carve the gravestone, and then go with Octavian to do the ritual, and then, with this address, maybe you and I could sit down and write a letter, maybe not just about the debt, but, informing his family so that his family could come, and then you could all speak and forgive.
And then they would know where he rests.
I will need some time with the ritual. If you wanted to look into the family, I could stay here with the doctor.
How far away is this address, that we got?
It's definitely a ways away.
Okay.
It's not, you can't like get there in a couple days, but it's not as far as you all traveled.
Is it back in the direction we came, or
No,
farther
it's
still?
it's downriver.
Okay, got it.
Oh, it's not even in the same town.
No,
Because he's traveling.
he's
Mhm.
traveling. Yeah.
A traveling salesman. Yeah.
Well, traveling purchaser.
Yeah.
That's for
Right.
sure.
All right. What's the plan?
Gravestone first.
Okay, how do you guys want to go about this?
I imagine the doctor is going to be the one who kind of knows where to
Mhm.
get stuff and how to do it.
Mhm.
So I suppose Klaus will just be supporting by managing most of the patient care
Yeah.
so he can focus on the gravestone.
The doctor will get an able-bodied person from town to help him go down to the river and pick out a nice large smooth stone, and then he'll set it up out back by his back door and just start working on it, where you can come get him if you need him at any point in time. But yeah, he'll work well past dark. He'll get a couple lanterns out and he's just working on it feverishly.
Yeah.
Can I be following him like the whole time, like working on this ritual? So like, I want to do my magic tricks for manipulation here, right? Because like, this isn't like an actual ritual. I think he's completely bullcrapping it. But
Oh my gosh.
he's trying to like get him to forgive himself. So he'll have him like, he took some of like the dirt from the grave site. He's gonna have him like hold that in his hands and feel the connection to it, and he's gonna do some little tricks to make it look like he's cleansing his aura and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Cool. Do you have something to roll for that?
Manipulation with stealth for my magic tricks?
Yeah.
Okay. There's so many dice. 2 out of 8 are 6s.
All right. Yeah, I feel this working. I feel like when this is done, maybe things will be all right.
As long as you can forgive yourself and atone for what you've done, then it will.
Yeah.
It's important you still mean this forgiveness, though. This ritual doesn't work unless you do amend what you've done.
I mean, isn't that what we're doing?
It is. Just make sure you still mean it.
Of course I mean it. Who wouldn't mean it? What kind of terrible person wouldn't mean it?
There are terrible people in the world.
Octavian would know.
Right? Okay.
Also for flavor, I think Klaus is looking real good right now. He's got like he's rolled his shirt sleeves up. He's kind of got like the loose collar because he's working hard,
Oh yeah.
So he's like a little bit sweaty, but like the kind of sweaty that's like
It's like
cool.
a sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got you.
Thinking it like he was dressed up nice for a minute.
No.
I was like, is he going for like a graveyard date? Like what?
No, he's just looking unintentionally real good.
Astra would be helping out.
Oh, then he's like real awkward too.
Good. And
Looking good, but still real awkward.
Yeah.
she would glance like occasionally, and it'd be like that. Their eyes meet, and it's random
Are we
times
in
that
plain
they're like
Doctor Mask though?
totally.
So our like beaks keep hitting each other as we're like
Yeah.
turning like
Because
Oh
it's
my
small
God.
quarters,
sorry.
you know.
Yeah.
Em hates this so much. Look at her.
Nothing
It's so
more
good.
romantic than a couple of Plague Master dogs.
That is literally all I can picture is just like everyone's like at home, oh, now I can picture is the slap of plague
We
doctor
keep like
piece.
reaching for the same supplies and then doing the like, oh sorry, like okay.
Yeah,
no, you,
it's
oh.
a weird dance. No, you take it. No, you.
Yeah,
that
all the
sponge is
patients
yours.
that are like semi-conscious are just so sick of it. By the
Yeah, they're like, we can take care of ourselves. You should go.
Okay. In the interest of time, would we like to fast forward to Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
we've done everything.
Yeah,
There's letter writing that's been done. And
Okay.
all that.
The doctor is insistent on staying at the grave after nightfall. Just
I think we all kind of want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone we can get to volunteer at the infirmary just to, or like?
You know what?
Astrid,
Your grocer friend would be thrilled for a little extra coin.
I will use my one resource that I rolled for this mission
Yeah.
to pay him to watch the infirmary
We're
and come
trusting this
running
man
if
with
someone
wolf.
is dying
Okay.
right now.
Sounds
He's
good.
missing an eye and he never fixed it. He doesn't even bother for an eye patch.
Jace
He doesn't have to do anything. He just has
He
to
rattles
watch
his head
them.
around just to hear him clink. The coins clink.
Is this who Gordon's based off of? Because I'm much more uncomfortable with Gordon now.
With Gordon? Oh.
Kept things in his eye.
It's a gourd. It's
He was a
different.
gourd.
Is this man a gourd? We can't know.
He's not a gourd. He
We
seems
can't
he has a
know.
lot of facial expressions. All right. Yeah, so it is night. The moon is full and bright as you are all standing in the graveyard. An eerie hush. There's no crickets. There's no hooting of owls. Just the whisper of the trees as you all stand in the frigid cold that bites at any exposed skin. The doctor's crouching in front of the grave. He just keeps readjusting and adjusting the gravestone, making sure it's set straight and firm. His
We have
hands...
a lantern spilling yellow light onto the scene.
Absolutely, yeah. And as the night is growing deeper and darker, you guys can hear the doctor start to talk to the gravestone, explaining what happened, saying over and over and over again how sorry he is. He was almost a little over-focused on the I'm sorries instead of the explanation, just because of how much Octavian pounded it into his head that he needed to be sincere. And it's so late now. It's so late. You're starting to creep towards morning. The moon is already arced all the way across the graveyard. And Octavian, you're starting to feel like your heart beat faster. This is the time that you would normally have your dream. And the specter rises from the grave, standing right in front of the doctor, its hand resting on the gravestone, and it looks down at him. I need everyone to make me a fear check, because it's not just a shimmer that it was before.
How do we do that? What do we check?
Great question. Let me pull up fear. Make sure I'm doing this right. Oh my gosh, there's 108 references to fear in this book.
Sounds like it's a horror game.
Also, I gave Astra my jacket.
She's totally leaning against.
Okay, so you have to choose whether you want to tackle the situation with logic or empathy.
Empathy.
Empathy? Okay.
Well, I guess empathy. I don't know. I'm not very good at either of those, but
Okay.
I'm gonna do logic, and I also get a +2 on fear tests in the presence of someone I've sworn to protect.
oh, we don't use a skill. It's just straight logic or empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I will use logic.
Okay, cool.
Can I use my advantage with the dreams? Like I was kind of anticipating this. I've had some exposure to it.
Yep. That lowers the amount of successes you need.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 extra dice, isn't that?
Oh, you can do that. Sure, that works.
Cool.
Can I push myself on fear checks?
Absolutely.
I'm going to do that.
1 out of 6.
Okay. You're scared, Octavian. This doesn't look anything like your dreams. Maybe the same height, but this is so much more visceral and real, and you can smell the stench of decomposition just wafting over you. Astra, how many did you have?
So I pushed myself so I could re-roll because I had none.
Okay.
So I re-rolled and got 3.
Okay. You are not scared, but you have your negative condition.
I failed, and I also pushed myself. So do I have frightened as well as a condition that I pick? Okay, I'm going to take hopeless and frightened because I think this ghost reminds me of my horrible
Dark secret. Okay. That's good.
Are you still angry too?
No.
No, I
Drink
took
that.
a drink from my flask.
Right.
So, Octavian, you're the only one who's just petrified.
I'm afraid.
Oh, you're
too.
petrified as well.
I
Astra's the
think-
only one keeping
yeah.
her shit together.
Astra, I think you feel Klaus like shrink away from you, and he just sort of like drops to his. He just kind of sits down, and like, just kind of slowly like retreats into himself.
Oh. she'll sink down next to him and like put a hand on his shoulder. I think tired would honestly be her condition because it's been all effing night.
Yeah, that's fair.
But she'll sink down next to him and put a hand on his shoulder while she's looking intently at the ghost because she's not afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Davian was starting to pull a glove off, and then he just like freezes and kind of starts trembling and just stares at it. Keeps his glove like halfway off.
The ghost moves over to stand next to the doctor, facing the gravestone. A spectral hand reaches out and traces across the name, and it groans and turns to look at the doctor once more. The doctor can't see this ghost. It's just talking and talking and talking endlessly about what happened and why it happened, and that he didn't mean it, and that he was sorry.
Doctor.
Yes, my dear.
Maybe speak more to what happened and not just that you're sorry.
I have been, and he starts the story again and starts saying what the steps of what he took, and then you see the specter reach out and grab the man and flip him onto his back, lying flat across the grave.
Tell him what you've done after.
What's happening?
The name. Say the name.
Say his name.
Klaus, as soon as you say that, he stammers out the name, Ian McAvoy. And the specter stops, looks back up at its gravestone, and runs its hand along the name. The wind picks up in a rush, the trees rattling against each other, the remaining leaves blowing off. And you hear a faint voice saying, "My name is Ian." And it disappears.
Astra's gonna look over at Klaus and like smile.
I think Klaus is like sobbing.
Oh. She's gonna hug him, like one of those fierce, like, gotcha hugs. That was so smart of you.
He doesn't say, he's just sobbing.
The doctor slowly sits up, pale, not really understanding what just happened, and he says, I guess we all want to be remembered.
Octavian's still like frozen, like staring at where the ghost was at.
Sir, are you okay?
He's gonna kind of clench his jaw. He looks a little angry. He's gonna slip the glove back on the way. Yes, I'm fine. Good work.
Okay. I can't thank you enough. I'm so happy that John found you all and that you were able to help find a solution to this problem. I think that I speak for all of us when I say we could use a good night's sleep.
Yes, that does seem like wise medical advice right now. Are you both okay, Astra?
Astra will nod, probably still holding Klaus.
Yeah, I think Klaus has like sort of collected himself. He's not sobbing anymore. I think he's like, straightening, like kind of half-heartedly straightening himself and like wiping his face, and he'll not brusquely, but he'll kind of brush Astra off like kindly, and stand.
You should both be aware of your subconscious proximity to each other and discuss it when we get back.
The doctor comes over, pats Klaus on the back, and says, as I said before, too young to have experienced the sorrows of the world. And as you all join him on the walk back to the village, the trees are all quiet, finally at rest. I think that's where we're going to wrap up, guys.
Oh.
Nice. Good story, Em. Good
So
story.
good.
Yeah.
I kind of want to hear your guys' stars. I feel like that's a nice, happy place to wrap up a story.
Stars?
Yeah, so stars is when we go around and we say something that we really liked about the session.
Oh, cool.
Preferably about like the other players. Like, I like this about your RP, or I like this about your character, or this moment was super cool. So Chase, you've done stars before. How don't you start us off?
Katie, you had like the most excellent body language and facial expressions. Just like, it was so good. You looked like such this timid like servant. It was just like spot on.
Oh,
It was
thanks.
good. You didn't have to like speak for me to buy your character.
Chat says they like how Chase was able to make a character more annoying than Dorian.
That is
That's
an
a
accomplishment.
star.
Yeah.
Holy
She's
shit.
tortured, okay? It was me playing the edgy character for once and not Katie.
That's true. We had a
Did
role
it.
reversal here.
Katie, what about you? What are some stars?
I really liked the moment, Tori, with you, with the doctor and also the child. Like,
Guys, can we just take a moment to appreciate my drawing?
Yeah,
I
was gonna
drew
say,
this
can
in
you give
paint.
Creepy.
Gradation to that art.
It's
That's
very
great.
creepy.
Oh yeah,
You're an artiste.
I am artiste.
You need to like put that up on Instagram as like art.
I should sign it too. Yeah. Okay.
I have another one too. Just Chase's absolute and utter failure at getting information from that girl.
Not just a failure, an explosive failure.
I thought
It was bad.
I thought it was so funny that you guys went to go talk to them. Then she was like, "Oh yeah, Letty and I had the most similar experience." And then you're all like, "Let's go talk to Letty." It's like, oh, okay, let's do that.
Of course, we got to go talk to the person who got cut.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely true. Tori, how about you? What are some stars?
I think like stars just to Katie and Chase for creating a really great group dynamic between all of our characters.
We had a very defined dynamic.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
fast,
and it
all
was
three
really
of
good.
us.
We
Yeah, and it was
did.
really fast and it felt really natural. Like instantly, I knew how to interact with both of your characters,
Right?
and it really, I don't know. A lot of groups like you kind of have to kind of settle into it, but felt like we just knew.
I think
Right
that's
away.
something really good about Vaesen's character creation is that it kind of helps build that in a little bit. Like you guys, I've played in a few groups and you guys were like just immediately knew exactly who you were with each other. So I think it comes down to players as well. But I think this system helps with that.
For sure. This was a triangle of misunderstandings, is what it is.
Gosh.
What I call it the hexagon of awkwardness.
Funny
Yep.
thing is, I don't think that Octavian has any interest in Astra, but I think that Klaus thinks there definitely is.
Oh, 100%. And he thinks that you like are
Treat her
weird and like abuse her or
I
something.
know, and she makes it look that way too, but he's not.
She's
He's
so
like, he thinks
freaking
the world of
cute.
her. He's like, you're gonna do great things. Let's get you more confident.
Oh my god.
Klaus is like, hey, that guy sucks.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. Well, thanks so much. Guys, if you like this, it is called Vaesen, and it is by Free League Publishing. If you just Google that, you will get
I'll put it in the chat. for
Sweet.
people looking.
And then people can find how to get this game and learn the rules better than I did. And
You did great. Stars for you.
Yeah,
Ah,
Stars for the
yes.
DM.
stop it right now.
And her shopkeep
The
that is
shopkeep.
just always
Yes.
there.
Rattles.
And stars
That's
for
his name. We never found.
Rattles. Stars for giving me a really heartfelt moment with the doctor.
Oh, so nice.
All right, guys.
Also, if anybody's watching and hasn't followed our page, this is our new Twitch channel. So,
This
like,
is
you
our
know,
new
we
Twitch
would
channel.
appreciate it very much. if
We're
you
trying very
stuff.
hard to get to affiliate.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
We have reached the
We've reached the followers.
We've reached the followers,
We want
but
more
that doesn't
But
mean
we
you can't
always
follow
love
us.
more followers.
Right.
True.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Okay. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.